was sweet. And so why would Yahweh Shai then have to go and extend himself to deliver the nation that had his people in slavery, man? Like, it don't make no logical sense what these people are saying, but they don't study.
Yeah, the book of Romans, Corinthians. Yeah, it says Romans, but it wasn't written to the actual Edomites in Rome. It was written to the Israelites in Rome, man. Because Jacob was scattered.
Yeah, man. Even James 1:1, it says the Israelites scattered abroad. Greetings.
Why do you think they took out the Apocrypha, man? Because that's a pivotal book that details the history of the Hellenistic period of Jacob, man. That's why Esau's trying to hide it from. So when it says Gentiles, people think, oh yeah, all Gentiles, it means all the other nations. No, it's talking about Israelites that are in the Gentile state of mind. Because it started with the Greeks, man. With Antiochus and them, man.
Quick scripture. Luke chapter 1 verse 68. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people.
Who's the Lord's people, man? It's not the Chinese, it's not the Arabs. Ishmael, what's Ishmael? Yashemai Allah means he's heard of the Most High or something like that. That's what it means, right? He's Shemai, yeah. He's heard of the Most High, right? Yes, he's heard of the Most, but he's not he's the prince, he's the son of the flesh, he's the child of the flesh, man. He's not the child of the spirit, man. He's the one that's been chosen from the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. He came from the Hagar and all that, which is another heathen.
So scripture says in Rome, the child of the bondwoman.
Yeah, the child of the bondwoman, that's what I meant to say, yeah. He's not the child of the free woman, he's the child of the bondwoman, man. So that's the discretion right there, showing you that Ishmael, yeah, they're going to be a great nation, the 12 princes, like the Lord said. He's heard of the Most High, but he's not the chosen line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. That's the specific lineage, man. You know, straight bloodline. Because the guy was asking about, is it biological, or is it just metaphorical, is it in your mind? No, it's both, man. But it really is biological anyway, because it's about the seed. Seed that comes from man, man.
That's right. Got one?
Go ahead.
Romans 9, verse, let me start from 7. It says, no, let me start from 6. It says, not as though the word of Yahweh have taken on effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel, neither because are they the seed of Abraham, are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Exactly, because Abraham had 8 seeds.
That's right.
But out of all 8 seeds, exactly.
Yeah,
that was heathen.
Right.
She was a heathen. Hagar was a heathen. You had his first son was a heathen woman, man.
Yeah.
Isaac was born through Sarah and all that. And then Jacob was born, man.
That's right.
You know, and that was the line of the promise. He had many seeds, but out of that many seeds, he was one that was chosen.
That's right. It says, verse 8, that is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of the Most High, Yahweh.
Yeah, the children of the flesh. I was talking about the other 7 sons that he had with Hagar and 6 sons by Keturah, man. Those are the children of the flesh.
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
Yeah, the children of the promise, which is Isaac. And then who came out of Isaac? Jacob and Esau. But Esau was not chosen, man. It was Jacob that was chosen. Esau was just another bastard son, not bastard, but he was another son that was separated from the womb of Rebecca, man. Because the Lord said there's 2 nations in her womb.
Scripture. 2 Ezra chapter 3, verse 13. Now when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them, whose name was Abraham. Him thou lovest, and unto him only thou showest thy will.
There you go.
And madest an everlasting covenant with him.
Everlasting covenant, man. So it's never going to be broken. And the Lord's not a man that he's given to change his words, man. He's not given to change. Go ahead.
Promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed.
There you go.
And unto him thou gavest Isaac. And unto Isaac thou also gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, did he choose him to thee?
Wow, look at that.
And put by Esau.
Esau, you go over there.
Exactly. You gotta get him over there. You gotta get him over there.
You know, the one that you just thought, go over there, man. You don't
Yeah.
You know, you're the ugly duckling, basically.
Yeah.
You got casted away, man.
Right.
And that's Robbie, he said it plain in the scriptures right there.
Plain.
He said Esau go to the side, man. The Lord ain't dealing. And then the Lord even reaffirmed that And man, like I said, I love Jacob
Yeah,
and I hate
I hate
Esau.
Esau.
Laid
Man.
his mountains and his heritage waste.
So that's showing you that the Lord hates. So that the Lord is a complete racist, man. Because the word racist just goes means Raza, which means for your nation.
right.
The Lord's for his seed, which are the Israelites, man.
Can you imagine the most quote racist person trying to get on other people? It's like Esau's top tier racist, man.
Yeah, we're living in a racist society right now. This whole system is built of fucking white supremacy, which is complete racism.
When you watch the TV, all you see is Esau's racism, man. The portrayal of Jake, right? The portrayal of himself. He's Captain America. He is what do you call it? He's all the greats. He's James Bond. He saves the world. What they call it, that white savior.
Yeah.
He's the last,
All
the
other
last
nations
samurai.
too. Yeah, he's the last samurai.
You know, he's everyone.
Yeah, he's
right?
Sinbad. He's all of these people. You know, he's the Pharaoh. He's all these people, man, in history.
He's
all
even
the
Tarzan
greats.
as well. You
Tarzan,
he's
well,
chilling with the
Tarzan,
lion.
he could be Tarzan because he's a man in the field, so he could be Tarzan.
You know, but it's like when you look, because it's something I've been thinking of recently. Oh, I watch one show, and they were basically just clowning Eve. Like, you know, them ones, they'll make it seem like it's like as well, like on GB News.
Yeah.
there's that Jake chick that's on there, and I saw
I've seen her.
I saw it, and I was like, nah, this is Esau clowning. Like, because the amount of beautiful Eves, they chose that beast to go on what's referred to as like a racist news channel. Like, I was like, nah, this is Esau clowning, man.
You know, the East like to mock
That black thing. No, that's that thing, yeah. Oh, if I'm looking, that black thing appeared out the bush.
That's it.
I've got another one.
But it's all of these little things that Esau does, all of these little psyops, right? Even like I think about, and I speak as a man when I say this, but I think about the election. Here it is, you got a quote-unquote black woman that's reached the pinnacle of whatever. But then who does she have co-signing her? Whores.
Yeah.
Right? So what image, once again, is that pushing out to the rest of the world? That it's not just the so-called black woman that's out in the streets. It's the corporate black woman. It can even be the president that's still a hoe. That's the image that they were pushing out with that. They weren't doing that with Hillary, right? In the same kind of way.
They tried to win an election.
Black woman's always a bed wench, man.
It's always a bed wench and always just a whore. Because that's the image. Jake is a buck and Eve is a hoe.
Well,
Esau's gonna pay for all of that, man.
I was gonna say every chance Esau gets to mock Jake, he takes that chance. You know, I remember even in the UK, they had in the clothing. It was like the happiest monkey in the jungle or something like that.
Gucci,
Was it
yeah,
Gucci, H&M?
Yeah,
So
it's set up by Edomite, fashion designers.
Yeah.
It says we're going to be a proverb and a byword, man. So that's the curses, man. But that's what I'm saying. Esau's in his right spirit, his right mind. Because he knows that we're never supposed to get along with Jake, man. Jake is, trying to seek the approval of these devils. We're never going to get along, man. We're separated from the womb. And Esau understands that, man. We're never going to come together as one. We're always going to be enemies from the womb to the tomb, man. Jake still ain't got the memo yet. They're going to find out, man, when all hell breaks loose. When Trump gets in office, man, how many days left, man? He's already
2 days,
pushing,
bro.
He's pushing all this
Coming
dictatorship.
on Monday.
He's talking like he's going to be the new Hitler, man. He's got all the paperwork ready and all that. He's getting ready to deport you tribes, man. He's going to come down upon you tribes, all you Latinos. Talk about, Trump. Yeah, you voted for Trump. What, he's going to push your ass across that border, man. He's already started trying to arrest people and all that, man. He's coming for you tribes, man. Northern Kingdom, they're going to get it, man. And Southern Kingdom too. He's coming for. That's going to be the time of Jacob's trouble.
That's right.
A few infidels out there that talk about Jacob's trouble's past and it's not. It's gone already. You wait until Trump gets into office. You're going to see when Jacob's trouble's going to kick in, man.
He's coming with that aggression. He wants to take Greenland.
He's coming like the new Hitler, man.
He's thinking about Canada, Mexico.
He's taking all prisoners, bro. He ain't playing. And then no one's gonna be able to stop him once he gets in office. He's just gonna let loose, man. He's gonna show them horns. Revelations 12 and 12.
Got you. Revelation chapter 12.
This is all the spirit, man.
Revelation chapter 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
And the devil's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. He's talking about a physical man on the earth. He's talking about a man that's in the spirit of Satan, man.
Yeah.
Comes in the spirit and in the mindset of the spiritual demon Satan. He's the enemy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. He's this complete liar. You know, he's a manipulator. And that's Esau Edom.
Yeah, let me grab this.
And one of their spawns is this guy Trump, man. He's one of their shields. And he's going to be used in these last days to bring forth Jacob's trouble. We're going to enforce that and the mark of the beast system. And then ultimately he's going to drive America into the land barren and desolate Northern Army and all that, which is going to be World War III. To be destroyed, man. That's what's going to happen. He's the guy, man. That's Nero, man.
That's right.
And then you got Elon the Dust Musk, that guy, so-called freedom fighter, man. He's declaring that, you know, he's undying love for Trump and all that, and the New World Order. So he's part to play too with the Neuralink and all of that. You know? So it's everything's falling into, you know, to prophecy, man. Falling into place.
Okay, I'm just grab this real quick. It says 2 Corinthians 11:14, but it says, "And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light." And the reason why I got that is right now, everyone's looking at this Edomite as if to be like he's some kind of angel, that he's there for the people, that he's got good ideas and good plans. That's why Jake will be like, yeah, man, you know, time of Jacob's trouble's gonna, you know, is been past or whatever, what have you. But what we're coming out and saying is those horns, as we just read in Revelation 12:12, right, those horns are gonna start showing themselves again, man. Esau's gonna remind you that he is the Edomite.
That's Nero, man. Nero's coming back.
Nero's back. What did Nero do 2,000 years ago, man? He burnt down Rome and he blamed it on the Israelites, man. Say all that chaos scenario back then, he's going to do it again all over again. He's been doing it. That's why they burnt down California, man. All of that, man. Even though that's under the Biden administration, but they're one and the same anyway.
Oh, two horns of the same beast.
Yeah.
Revelation 13.
Right wing, left wing, each part of the same fourth,
That's
third.
it.
These people are giving the people the illusion of choice, but they're doing it like indirectly right now. Just like, oh, you know, we're trying to help you, but it just keeps fucking up. But really and truly, it's all on purpose, man. And then they're just gonna flip the switch and just stop playing the game with pretense and just let you know like what it is, what it is from the get go.
Quick preset.
Go ahead.
This is about the you know, just to go into that Obama cozying up with Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Buddy.
The two horns, right? This is Revelation 13 and 11. Don't matter who you vote for. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb,
Yeah.
and he spake as a dragon."
That's it. The whole political system is really, you know, a draconian austerity set up from back in the Roman Empire, man. With their legislations and all that, their unrighteous decrees, and they're going to show that forth with these NDAAs and all these different laws that they got on the books to take away your rights and all that, and permissions when all hell breaks loose in society. Another state of emergency is going to be martial law. I'm surprised there ain't martial law in California right now. Because all those hundreds of thousands of people that was staying in tent cities right now, looking for accommodation, the perfect place to put all those people was in them FEMA camps.
I think they announced, like, I think I saw BBC, there was a clip up on YouTube about them putting up a curfew, man. Over there. There was a curfew.
Martial law.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
Looting and
looting and
shit.
that.
So
Like
they-
looting and
come
shit. So
on,
there's
man.
a lot of things that they're not reporting on.
Right.
And that's probably why they want to get rid of that TikTok app as well, because all that TikTok
yeah,
shit
it's true.
is
Instant-
all streaming and
instant
streaming what's going on.
Spilling
They
the
want to get
beans.
rid of all this online shit so people don't stream what's going on in live time, man.
Because the internet's been a real bane in this man's kingdom, man.
Because
And
when they
it's-
say, oh, you know, them fires happen, and they show videos of a damn satellite or the laser beam coming down and starting fires on live streams and shit. They're like, no, we need to get rid of
need
this.
to get rid of
man.
this.
People get too much access, man, to these cameras, man.
Yeah.
People will film it. People film everything, man.
Yeah.
So anything that happens, first thing a person does, don't call the police or call ambulance. They just pull out their phone.
Yeah.
Stream it straight away, man.
Even during the CV, that was the thing. People were like, oh, emergency, and then they're just going through outside. There's nothing there.
Nothing's
No
going
one
on.
here.
Small lives. Then they have to do damage control.
Preset.
Now the damage control is, yeah, we need to get rid of all these apps. We need to legal and make these apps illegal. You know, TikTok and all that shit.
Which is why they are going into this whole system of identifying yourselves to be on there.
I think even Zuckerberg was saying that with the Facebook thing, that they want to get rid of certain
Oh, they're independent
third-party
fact checkers.
fact checkers now, because you know we don't know if they're really telling the truth. So that means they're trying to, you know, censor shit now. They're going to be more censorship, like China and all that, more communist type shit. They're going to cut down the amount of things you're allowed to see
because
through the internet.
banning an app, that sounds like something China would do.
Yeah, that's some communist shit.
They're not China. They ban what, YouTube? YouTube's not
Yeah.
allowed in China, so that's very much something that China would
And
do.
recently they
Testing
banned
grounds.
recently they banned some China shit as well in China. Saying they're not allowed to advertise none of that in China no more. You know, any of their apps and all that. It's illegal now.
Preset.
No.
Quick one, just to land back with what the brother read. This is Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Yeah, this devil speaks with a forked tongue. You never trust this devil. When he tells you one thing, he's really doing the opposite. Elon Musk come out saying he's for freedom of speech and all of that. You know, but then at the same time he's pushing Neuralink.
Right.
Pushing that he wants to put brain C-hips in people's heads.
That's the
That's
opposite
all
of
about
freedom.
control. That's not about freedom.
Yeah, come on, man.
That's not freedom of speech. That's about taking away your rights, man. To control you.
But it's okay because Trump's gonna dismantle the deep state.
Yeah. At first he was saying, having AI take control of society is a bad thing and all that, but now he's pushing AI.
Yeah.
He's talking about humanoid robots, and by 2000 and something, you're gonna have 1,000 robots taking over the cities and all of that, man. And some iRobot type shit. So what are you talking? He's a hypocrite. You can't trust these devils, man. They speak with a forked tongue, man.
Yeah, man. They're doing that in the UK as well. They're talking. It's not gonna work, but they're talking about we're gonna make the UK the most prominent place in Europe for AI. We're gonna build
UK's
centers.
done, man. UK is done. We're finished.
That's why people are trying to leave.
Yeah,
Learn from history, man. You can't trust your enemy, man. Anything they say, you take with a pinch of salt.
No, because like we were speaking before earlier on, the UK is what's referred to as like a tertiary economy, right? All of those jobs are going to get automated away. So the UK is in for a major financial crisis, just ticking away and waiting.
Bro, the UK is a poor country with a rich city.
Yeah,
Yep,
That's
that's
what
the
it
same.
is, bro.
that's what it is, and it's just extortion, man. You come here just paying high raises of tax for no reason.
In yards that ain't built properly, like I shared in the chat, fire traps, man. And here it
is
is,
in a particular place. in
here
the
it is
city.
paying like three grand a month for a yard that's literally a ticking
A
time
little
bomb,
box as well. It's not even like some bigger product.
Yeah.
Some little box.
waiting to burn down.
Because
man.
it's in the central part of the city.
Crazy.
You gotta pay fucking some mad toll and mad taxes and all that. Council tax.
But it's gonna get worse here, man. Because they're worried about what Trump is gonna do when he comes in with the tariffs. Which even shows as well that the whole UK-US special relationship shit that was done years ago, bro. I remember when fucking Biden came in and he called Rishi Sunak Sanook. When I heard that, I knew it was over, bro.
England's living off past glories, man. That's all it is. Their history, you know. All Britannia ruled the seas, but that's all dead now, man.
That's it.
I got a bit more.
Ain't looking so great anymore, man.
It's just Britain now.
Little Britain.
Little Britain.
He used to be called Little Britain, man.
Yeah. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Yeah, and that's what these devils, like the brother read the precept about the political parties. That's what they're known for. I guarantee when Obama and Trump were sitting there, they was probably saying, "Look, niggas, we got them right where they want."
Definitely.
Can you believe that?
He told them everything he wanted to say, and he just believed it.
Amazing job. Amazing job.
Keep going. Wait till they see this. You know that.
Exactly. And then that will be a real, we did it, Joe.
Guys were making jokes, man. I guarantee they were smirking and laughing about some new world order type shit.
The proof of it is, they're the, the so-called elites on the left, right? You know, we're on the right-hand side. We laugh at these people, man. It's like you guys keep falling for the same shit, man.
Yeah, they're laughing at you, and we're laughing too.
Yeah.
Because we're woken up on the, like you said, we're the elites on the right hand side, and we're laughing at the goyim and all that, falling for the same okie doke every 4 years. And then Esau and Edom and his oligarchs on the left hand side, they're laughing as well because they really think they've got everyone in the stupor and that, they're going to fulfill their new world order needs.
What we was mentioning that fit in Kingsman with the first one, where they're in the cave and it's like, hey, it's a party, guys.
Yeah, it's a party. Celebrate. Yeah, Samuel, man.
Popping bottles, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Drink up and all that. Yeah, they like start partying and shit. Final hour and all that. They have to push the button and all that.
But what does the scripture say? That we'll laugh, therefore will I laugh at thy calamities, man. And the Lord is going to do that through his men. Right? It even says that in Isaiah 65 as well, right? It says, you shall laugh, right? and and the other people, they shall be in mourning. See, this is the thing, right? That's which it's actually quite, you walking through the city, watching people and observing them, right? How lost they are and how down they are. Because
They've got 1,000-yard stare in their eyes. They're gone, man.
that's why they're sad. All the pubs are closing because it's like that's their escape.
Yeah, the betting shops and pubs, isn't it?
Pubs,
Pubs,
drugs.
clubs, and for the elders. Pubs, clubs.
What was the last one?
I don't even know.
Pub, club, and pub. Bar, club, and pub. That was it.
That's Great Britain in a nutshell, isn't it? Bars, clubs, and that's it. That's Great Britain, and that's London in a nutshell, man. If you're not in a club or a pub or a bar, you're basically not a fucking real Britannian. You know, you're not part of the fucking culture.
That's what they hate the Muzzies so much.
Yeah. It's nuts, bro. London's finished anyway, man.
Yeah, this country's done.
I got a quick article if I may, yeah?
Go ahead.
Right, so this is part of last year. This is in March 2024, right? AI apocalypse. This is from The Guardian. It says could take away almost AI apocalypse could take away almost 8 million jobs in the UK.
Yeah.
If I can touch on that, so one of the things I was reasoning with the brother earlier on this is they may be like, yeah, well, you know, because that's going to be a lot of bankers, that's going to be a lot of high-paid jobs. See, people, this is the thing, people will look at it, but I've got this job, yeah, your job's getting automated away. But this is it, these are high-paying jobs, and they may be like, well, the bankers get paid too much anyway. Cool, let's work with that. But they're the ones that own all the properties. So if they can't hit their mortgage, guess what's going to happen? The property prices are going to crash, right? And then that's going to lead into a much deeper recession. So that's the thing. People always think it's these things are going to affect the person over there, not realizing that actually it's affecting everything.
Yeah, man, but persons that it affects the most is the little person.
That's it.
Yeah.
It don't affect the rich. The rich, they're always
Exactly.
gonna move on. It's the ones that get affected the most is the little people,
Always.
man.
That's it. But the immigrants are taking the jobs there. Yeah, it's them on the boats. It's them.
Soon you're gonna have robots pouring you niggas pints and shit.
That's it. But
What would you like?
but what the brother said,
Press a button and it
Out of
just
their
pours
finger
it.
like.
that's it.
Pint of lager, perfect as well.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
This ain't so bad, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's cheaper as well, mate. But what the brother said is true, because as this society gets worse and worse and worse, guess what? People are going to start honing in more and more on Jake. So you being Jake, quote unquote, doing okay for yourself, right? He's going to start looking at you with hate. He's drinking that wine, he is.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
It's all about control and limiting your access, man. Your permissions and all that. That's what it's all about, man. You gotta limit how much you can intake, how much you can take out, you know. Everything's gonna be basically controlled by a system, man. Fucking supercomputer.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence. The word artificial means unnatural intelligence. That's why they got all these different systems learning people, man. Learning people's strategies. You got your fucking Siri and all that, listening to you, learning your behavior, talking to you like you're a human being.
Your algorithms, man. These algorithms are deep, man. That's what, because what you can do is you can work out what a person is all about.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say you got someone that's always like on the algorithm, watch a lot of videos on like new parents. That means Mark Zuckerberg knows that okay, you've got a child. Your child is around about this age, and they can build whole profiles off of you, man.
Yeah.
It's mad what these man can do.
It's taken over.
Yeah.
It's really like cybernet, man. Taking cybernet,
Real talk.
where we're taking over, man. The
Predictive
whole thing,
programming.
yeah. And even like, because they got that new Google speech thing now. You can just talk to it like as a person, like you're having a fucking conversation with a real person. You're talking to a fucking phone, or you're talking to a fucking automated service, man. Whatever it is, man. And that's how they want people to actually like just lose their lose their minds over this fucking AI, man.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like when the self-checkouts came in.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
At first, there was a lot of resistance against it, but after a while, you just got to a point where they weren't even real checkouts, so you had no choice but to get with the program.
Normalised,
Certain
yeah.
stores are like that now.
It's normalised, yeah.
Yeah, and they even got the gates. I think they
got the
even
gates
got
up
the
now.
Asda. You know what I mean?
It's
And
in all
Asda,
of
you
them.
got to like scan your receipt just to
Yep,
get out of the
yep.
barriers.
And that's all of them.
You know?
That was only in Amazon Go, and now it's like majority of these main superstores as well.
Once again, once again, showing you that they're building a much wider system.
Yeah, it's all gonna be,
Yeah.
you know, especially for them smart cities.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be integrated. Wherever you're walking, wherever you're trying to buy or purchase, whatever you're interested in, everything's gonna be like, you know, recommended to you basically.
That's it.
You know, by these different systems, man. Like on your phone, you want to search something, sometimes it just comes up with a recommendation, and you ain't even fucking looking for it, man. It just comes up with a recommendation.
That's all that data.
It's
that
all the
they're gathering.
data, man.
And the
all
cookies.
all that data saving. All that data saving and all that is basically builds up a fucking a profile on you. So these devils will be like, yeah, this is what he's into. This is what he doesn't like this too much and all that, but he's into these type of things. You know, sending these recommendations and all that. You know, and especially these women, because these women are they're just fucking surf for consumerism, man. They're just about consumerism. Women are just consumer monkeys, man.
Frivolous.
You know, basically, they're just there to consume. So anything that gets marketed, they're the ones there first. Through all these different systems and all that, man.
So look for Isaiah 19 and section 14. And the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
So America's falling apart, man. You know, the morals, you know, the so-called, you know, just the whole behavior in general, man. Like how they used to, you know, portray themselves as the aristocracy and all of that of the whole earth. But everyone's coming to realize that it's all fame words, man. It's all BS. Like what they don't practice what they preach, basically, man. They tell you they want world peace and all of that, but they're the ones causing the most wars and contention in the fucking earth, man.
Speak smooth words, isn't it?
Smooth way. You read that already, Psalms 55. Smooth
Even
words.
some of the crimes are unthinkable.
Yeah, man.
Some of the crimes, you go on these I've been watching lately I've been watching these YouTube channels that document crimes, and you just don't even want to believe. You want to think it's fake. Some of the heinous acts of murder and
Some long legs,
pedophilia, like he had the Edomite the other day. Well, it's about 2 years ago. He just, bro, the whole story's crazy. First he robbed the batty boy. So he linked up with a batty boy of Tinder. At first he tried saying he's not gay, but then man found out he was gay. So he linked. He's only 17. He linked up a batty boy on Twitter. Dealt with so that's already a violation according to the morals of the Bible. Dealt with him, sucked him off or whatever it is, then robbed him.
Yeah.
So that's theft. So man's went from batty manism to sodomism to stealing. Yeah? And then in the same night, he's going home. Some old lady from the same neighborhood. So he's not even like he's in a place that's unfamiliar. His yard is like just round the way from this woman's house. She's in there on her own. My man's crept up in the yard. She's there sleeping. He's videotaped her sleeping. That's how because they got it on his phone. Yeah, he's videotaped her sleeping. My man has decided, for some reason, to beat her up, yeah, and kill her. Say beat her up and choked her to death. Don't know her. Don't know her from nobody. Beat some old woman. She was like 79. Man, she lived her whole life and then she get killed by this dude. Random. That's not where it ends. Then man gets the fuck some jam that was in the yard, some raspberry jam, because they found the jam. Man got jam and used it as lubricant. And had sex with this old lady's fucking body.
You're so sick, man.
Bro, this is a real thing that happened. Real demon.
America's really
Yeah,
destroyed
because I watched the whole. I didn't watch him do it. I'm just saying. I watched the interrogation and everything. The parents, because obviously the parents were like, "What the?" Even in the interview, the parents were outside saying, when he was there, what kind of monster would kill an old lady? Because the parents didn't even know he did it, and he was sitting right there. It was crazy. And then when they found out, they were all crying and hysterical, like, "Oh, this is my son. How could he do that?" But that's just one. You might think that's one off. In America, there's all kinds of crazy, insane, should never be heard of crimes that are happening.
Yeah, most of them crime shows is always based in America anyway.
Bro, it's so much fucking pedophilia, family ramming, family ramming plus family killings, kidnappings.
America is really the shadow of the
Bro,
valley of the
it's
shadow
a
of
lot.
death.
It's not just one or two. These channels are making money just putting it out there. So America's got a real perverse spirit in there, man. There's a lot of demons rolling around. A lot of people have been molested as children. Cause that guy got molested as a child. He told them. So it's just, man. That's what
Scripture.
it
Valley of the
needs.
shadow of death,
It needs
man.
missiles, man.
Even the other day on Netflix, I was watching some Netflix program movie. Was it called Prime Evil or something like that?
Yeah.
I watched that based upon the Native Americans and that. And like Esau was just treating them like this. Bro, the type of shit Esau was on, he just go into the village and whack man out. You know what I'm saying? Just whack man over and then act like it's nothing. The Navy and all that. You know, and then when Jake would try and fight back, they act like it's a heinous crime. Like, how dare you type of thing. Trying to attack us.
And they'll use that to justify doing more massive.
Yeah, and then those savages, the savages and all that. It was wiping out villages, killing man, kids all out in front of them, all that. Burning them alive. It was sick, man.
America is a shame, and on top of that, all you gotta look is your mainstream media and your celebrities, man. All the celebrities that they uplift, their lives are a mess. Their family lives are a mess. Their children are a mess. The whole thing is just messed up, man. There's really, the nobles are supposed to be an example. The people that's put on a pedestal are supposed to be exemplar.
Lead by example.
Lead by example. But when you look at these celebrities and these politicians and their lifestyles and their lives, man, all kind of scandals and all kind of craziness all the time.
I got a scripture, right? This is Sirach chapter 10, right? I'm going to start from the top. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Right. And what manner of man is the ruler of the city? America's led through lies, deceit, hypocrisy. Lies, deceit, hypocrisy. You know, selfishness. These are all the things. This is the vibration that America is under from the top, and it trickles on down.
Calls it the tabernacles of bribery.
Yeah, the tabernacles of bribery, because that's all it is. Everything that's happening in America happens because people are willing to look the other way to get that money, dollar bill, y'all. It's run under that. That's why Jake has that spirit. I'd rather catch a murder than flip a burger. You know? Cash rule. What they say, cash rules everything around me.
You get the money.
Yeah, dollar bill. But that's the man's look at it. Oh, that's just the drug dealers. That's the people in the pharmaceutical industry. That's the people in the medical industry. That's the people in construction. Yeah, they'll do any. Hey, what did Styles P say? Do what you gotta do as long as it's getting you shit. That's the spirit of America.
Time is money. Money is time.
So if you could own a company like Monsanto. You can have a company like Monsanto that's basically poisoning the people, but you're making profit.
Ethics and morality don't matter.
It don't matter.
Don't matter, as long as the money's rolling.
And then trickle that down onto social media. If you could debase yourself and you can make the money, it don't matter. People justify it, but they get into that bag.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's the main thing to say.
As long as you get to that bag, it don't matter.
Fuck the righteousness and get to the bag.
So the love of money, that's what permeates through America, man. People will be fake. People will endorse things that they don't really believe in. Like these celebrities will endorse anything.
That's a setup.
They'll murder their family members, man, to get to the bag, man.
Yeah.
That's
how
the
sick
spirit.
they
That's
are
the
in them,
spirit
man.
of America, man. There's a wicked and
They'll shame
demonic
themselves,
spirit.
degrade themselves on in front of everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
It's the book of Nahum 3:1.
Spirit, that's what I got.
Woe to the blood seat. It is full of lies and lubber. They prayed, but it's not.
Lies, man. It's fake it till you make it. That's the American way. Everything people don't want to be true. They want to put on a false persona of who they are, and it's got a whole industries designed around being false. Niggas is false. Niggas want to be hard when they ain't hard. Bitches want to be cute when they ain't cute. Everyone's all about projecting an image, a false image. The companies do it. The damn toys, man. I was telling you growing up, yeah. The damn toys flying around the room and doing all kind of crazy shit, yeah. And you putting pressure on your parents because you really want that toy. You know. Then you get the toy and it don't do shit. But the way it looked in the advert, that shit was fucking AI back then. And this is back in the 90s. You don't think you was getting an AI? And it's like, bro, that's not what's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's lies.
Even the food. You see the best looking burger, but when you get there, it's all a mess.
Yeah, the advertisement's fake.
Yeah.
Half the science.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all fake, man. Just people don't even say what they mean. Like, the leaders don't say what they mean. They lie.
In 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works.
Here it is. You got leaders that actively, you brothers are talking about it, are bringing in a system of absolute control. Right? Absolute control. And it's not. It goes far beyond what most people even think it is, because they think it's about profit. It's not even about profit, because once you own and control all the resources, profit doesn't exist. Profit doesn't mean nothing. The world they're going into, they want complete
Absolute
absolute control. So they don't care about what they don't need you to consume. It's actually quite the opposite. If you go into the Agenda 2030, they say they want to control consumption, which is why they've been deindustrializing. That's why when you go into the supermarket, you're getting less choice. Because they've flooded the order ab chaos. They flooded people with choice so that they could turn around and take all the choice away. And you're gonna see that. That's why they show you in them futuristic programs, right? Like Star Trek. What do you see the people wearing? Same fucking shit. You don't see, because why? They've created this fashion industry that's crazy. It's overconsumed. So they could turn around and say, okay, well, we need to control. Here's your carbon footprint. So that might allow you to buy maybe two, 3 t-shirts, and you better make it last. Because you ain't gonna be able to. It's on your ration. You ain't gonna be able to get another one until they've allocated you a certain amount of credits.
It'll be from one corporate manufacturer.
Yeah, and it'll be one. Yeah. Because why do you need all these different manufacturers for?
The fashion industry's hella polluted.
So they're gonna bring it back to control, man. And that's all these. So these guys are be on the TV. They'll tell you they care about you. They care about you. They care about your children. They say words like freedom. Like Trump's talking about building freedom cities.
Get your freedom, Chip.
Step
right up.
And guess what? To get into that freedom city, you're gonna have to get a freedom chip.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what it's gonna be. So they just put freedom in front of it, and these dummies on the right wing. But Bill Gates and them, if he said he was building these futuristic cities,
that's on the right.
Oh man, it's Satan. But then my man puts freedom in front of it. It's the same thing. That's they're just marketing it in a different way, and that's how the devil operates.
Gain your freedom, get the chip.
I got a quick
Move freely.
from the official EU website. European Climate Pact says our wardrobe in 2030 rented, recycled, and regenerated.
There you go. So they're planning on all the stuff that's happening right now that they've created a problem with. Like for instance, the whole women with multiple children that are on welfare. Yeah, there's a way for them to get around that, not to fix society the way it should be, and bring back in proper forms of family structure and marriage and the patriarchy. No, the solution will be everyone's on birth control, and you have a child by permission.
Or sabotaging the fertility rates.
Yeah, and you know what they show you that in the Silo. There's a few films they show you that in Silo. There's also Children is a bit different because they couldn't have kids. I'm saying that you need permission to have a kid. So you got the Silo, you got Fortress, because that's why he went in jail in the first place. Do you remember? In the movie Fortress with the Highlander guy, where they got chipped in the prison. Christopher Lambert. The reason he was trying to get across the border to Mexico is because his wife was pregnant. And you weren't allowed to get pregnant unless you had permission. And that's really what they're going to do.
Because when they talk about maintaining humanity under 500 million, they need to know who's the ones that, alright, so maybe one person.
The census.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And that's why they bring it, that's why they said it's the internet of bodies, because they need to know what's going on in your body and all this kind of stuff.
Everything logged. Have you got more than that?
No.
Okay. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of
perdition. And that's Esau. Esau's the man of sin, right? He's a son of perdition because he was made to be destroyed. And his way is the way of lawlessness. He's a lawless man. And that's what people are going to find out. All these people that bought into the lies and the theatrics, that they believe that these Edomites in general have something good for you, that they have goodwill in their heart towards the people. That's when you're going to find out that this whole time they was plotting the most hardcore form of slavery that ever existed. All this time when you were like, oh, the Democrats, you know, they love black people. The whole time they were building an infrastructure to put you in a form of slavery where you have no choice. You have no so-called freedom. They were building a cage for you the whole time. Right there under your nose, they were building a cage. Meanwhile, telling you they're all about freedom. They're all about, this is America, freedom. No, it's not. They allowed you to have freedom while you worked every day to build your own cage.
Precept.
Yeah.
Psalm 64 verse 2. I mean from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Now you could call it. We ain't gonna call it the deep state, because that's all that QAnon garbage. Which QAnon is the CIA. That whole QAnon and the Democrats and all that stuff they brought out with, Pizzagate. They only identified Democrats. That was a psyop to get the right to see the Democrats as the source of evil. When in reality, what do we really know? Because even when you go back and you watch that documentary on Boys Town, I know you've seen it. You brothers ain't seen the documentary on Boys Town. There's a documentary the BBC did, and then it got cancelled on Boys Town, and they would interview these kids. It was men, boys and girls, but it was called Boys Town, and it was run by a black guy. I forgot the name of him. And basically, when they interviewed them, they were saying how they were being trafficked into the White House and used in sex parties in the White House. And this is during the time when Bush and them was in there, which is who? A Republican. And then basically, most of them ended up dying. But he told one story about how he would be taken into the woods to a place with massive redwoods and do, Bohemian Grove and all that. Yeah, you could. I think it's still running around somewhere. It's called Boys Town, right? But again, this idea now that they want to push that the deep state is only the Democrats. There is no deep state. There's only the state. If you're thinking that there's a deep state, then that's where you've got you. There's only the state. It's not deep. It's the state. Anyone that's part of the state is part of the mechanism, one way or another. But it's a pyramid, right? So the higher you are in the pyramid, the more in the know you are. But you're still part of the pyramid. It's the state. So it's not the matrix. Andrew Tate wants to call it the matrix. Next man want to call it the deep state. No, it's just the state. Once you see it as it is, then you can't be fooled. You can't think, oh well, this guy Reform Party, they're not part of it because they're new and they're against globalism. No, they're not. They're a part of it, man.
I'll get on this one. All right, this is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God.
Yeah, stop there. How do we know that's talking about Esau? Because Esau is trying to be like the Most High. In fact, he worked furthermore to that. He thinks he's going to overturn the will of the Most High. And that's what witchcraft is all about. What is witchcraft described of in the Bible? It describes as what? Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. It's you basically trying to jailbreak existence. That's what witchcraft is. So when you break down these different forms of witchcraft, it's all about manifesting your own will. So they do the blood magic ritual. Why are you doing the witchcraft in the first place? Because you got something that you want to achieve, and you're thinking, if I do this, that, I can make this happen. It don't matter what the Most High think. Now that's different to us. We gonna do this, that, and that, Lord will. You see the difference? I'm gonna take the herbs because the herbs is a jailbreak. The herbs is part of the function. But Lord will.
Yes, the Lord has to activate it.
You know what I'm saying? You do something, you might have some kind of knowledge about something. Because even down to like colors, there's a knowledge based around colors. Colors affect you. If you got a child that's particularly angry, paint his room blue. It'll calm you. Lord will. You know what I'm saying? These are all it is. All Esau's done is Esau's seeking out all the different the mechanisms in the universe, and they try. Witchcraft is all about trying to jailbreak everything, but you're forcing it. So you're saying, listen, I'm gonna make it work.
By my hand, how about that?
By my hand. And that's what Esau's doing. That's what the purpose of their witchcraft is. So what are they trying to achieve? Well, they know that according to the will of the Most High, they've been X'd out, they've been destroyed. So their thing is, okay, well, if we enhance ourselves with wisdom, the wisdom of the universe, and we work out this gematria and this numerology and break down this, we could use it against the Most High to become like the Most High, to achieve our own will. And that's what Esau's doing. So he wants to give himself a birthright. The Lord gave us the birthright. He's trying to use witchcraft to bless himself.
There was an article that came out a few years ago. Scientists were going into the possibility of having tiny microchips the size of dust particles flood the whole earth with them so they can quantify everything. It lands on a blade of grass, quantified. A tree, quantified. Leaves on the tree, quantified. So they can know
So he's trying to be like the Most High, because the scripture says even the very hairs on our head are numbered. So the Lord has already quantified everything. That's why they need technology, because they're trying to use the technology to be like the Most High, so they can know everything. They can predict the future. Or they can even make the future happen. That's how you get predictive programming, psyops, groupthink. But guess what, man? If that's the case, then take the truth away from the elect. But you can't, because there's only so far witchcraft goes, because ultimately the will of the Lord is what will stand. But they have their belief. So they oppose everything that's the Most High.
They role to play too.
Everyone knew in the West. Everyone knew that the Most High was the one. Even if they were going off, there was still an acknowledgement that the Most High created this world. The man that came in and pushed that, everything is science, science, is Esau. All the original scientists, when you go back to the guys during the Middle Ages, they always gave glory to the Heavenly Father. They were discovering the Lord's creation. So if they found an animal, this is the Lord's creation. Let me observe it, like Solomon did. Let me learn about this animal.
Even the time of the Greeks with the sages and all that, the philosophers, and they always acknowledge science, but they acknowledge the higher power.
But now you got Esau, evolution and all that was designed specifically to take away people's faith in an almighty power, and then transfer that faith into him. And really, that's where everything is heading. That people are going to start worshiping Esau and his creations, the AIs. That's really where everything is heading. You're going to worship Esau because he's a god. But he's just a man,
It says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself he is the Most High.
Yeah, and that's what they want. And the MOTB, when you take that chip, you're basically bowing down to Esau and you're worshiping him, and you're making a blood pact with him to do that. You're idolizing Esau. You're saying, Esau can deliver me. Esau can save me. His word is what shall stand. Esau's the one that I fear. I'm gonna do a blood pact, because that's what it is. When you're piercing your skin and that blood is shed, you're making a pact. It's a marriage. You're consummating an oath. And that's why the Lord's gonna destroy you. He said, don't do that.
Digital wall, isn't it?
It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
And he's really being revealed, because you see the that image of Esau being squeaky clean is kind of really being destroyed.
Yeah, it's a shameful spirit.
You know what I'm saying? Because Esau, even the internet is exposing him. Really, you know, they're a sick, demented people. They're very perverse in their activities, especially when it comes to sexuality. They're very perverse. In fact, they spread their perversion amongst other people. You finding out that this guy is still a murderer. He's still a mass murderer. He's still a liar. So he really, but mainly through the men of the Lord, we're exposing the fact that they're actually like this by design. It's not an accident. And that's what people need to learn. That Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is not the way he is because of circumstances. Like if he just raised him the right way. No.
He's hardwired this way.
If that's the case, then guess what? Edom would be in the kingdom of heaven forever. Because he would be redeemable, we just clean him up and he'd be alright. No, the reason he's going to be completely destroyed is because he's got one default setting, and that's being a wicked.
The scripture says the spirit that's in him is not upright.
But you know what the funny thing is? He tried to teach that about us. That was this under the system of white supremacy. It was taught that we're the black devils and we can't be changed and we're just violent and messed up people. In fact, they still believe that. All you got to do is go on Twitter. There's that demographic of people and they're just violent. And the usuals, the usuals.
Every fucking time, bro. They just go through the screen and be like, fuck you, bro.
So we're just naturally low IQ. We're just naturally violent. Well, if that's the case, how come you can go to places where we're not like that?
Well, it's your oppression, man.
It's you. The closer Jake is to you, they're like that. Where is Jake the worst? In the core of the ghetto in America under your rulership.
That's true.
Because I could tell you for free, I grew up in Montserrat. And there was some wicked ass Jake, but we didn't have all that crazy ratchet behavior going on.
Yeah, the same about him.
And there were places in America where it wasn't like that. It's just a situation that you've developed, and the Negro was turned into a monster. But guess what? That's not who we are. We're the Israelites. Who we really are is the righteous in the earth. Who you really are is the devil. That's who you are.
Righteous and more excellent, man.
Jeremiah 13 and verse 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
You Edomites weren't set up to do good. Even if you wanted to do good, you couldn't do it because that's not what the Lord created you for. Horses for courses. That's why the ones who are going to bring righteousness and light into the world and do good, you're looking at them. The Israelites. We're actually going to be the people that the other people are going to look to and say, yeah, that's the standard of man.
Because that's what we were chosen for to do.
That's what we were chosen and created to be.
27 verse 6, that's what we were chosen to do.
To be sons. And we can get scriptures, you know the one, John 1, as many as believed in him, gave them power to be sons. We're sons of the perfect power. And we're going to be made perfect. You will never be perfect. You were made to be imperfect, to stay in imperfection, and be destroyed in your imperfection.
Professors are raw fit to the shop.
There you go.
Roman.
So what are we going to do about that?
That's right. Shackles on. Romans 9.
Set them on fire, say what's crack-a-lacking, man.
Romans 9 and 19. It says, thou will say, it says, thou will say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will?
Yeah,
Nay.
and that bugs a lot of people out. Because the free will, in terms, we have to operate thinking we have some form of free will because you make choices. And you'd be bugged out if you just walked around all day but ultimately, on the higher plane, there is no free will. It's all destiny. Destiny and fate, which is a scary thing to think of if you fall on the wrong side of that. It's scary. And I always remember, because Esau don't like that whole fate thing. If you look at most of his TV programming, it's all about you can define your own fate. You could change.
But these people become less spiritual because he preaches those types of things. Because he gets everybody else to believe that we all control what we do. Because he's not in control.
Which is witchcraft. Do as thou wilt. You can manifest your own destiny, against what the Lord said. Because guess what? You watch that Supernatural, man. Supernatural's hella disrespectful towards anything to do with the Most High. I don't know if you've seen it, yeah, but it is absolutely disrespectful. And then in that program, they actually killed Fate because in there the prophecy was that one of them Edomite one of the brothers was gonna bring about the apocalypse, and it was actually written by the Most High that that's what was gonna happen. Yeah. So basically, obviously, they don't want to do that. So the whole thing ended up them breaking the prophecy. Yeah. So in the end, they broke the prophecy, which is something you could totally do. But this shows you the mind of the Edomite. What they're showing you, they use witchcraft to break the prophecy, right? And then what happened was they brought in Fate, right? And Fate was pissed, you know, because they were like, hold on, you man, you know what I mean? You man fucked up the whole thing. He was meant to do this, that, and the other. And then they ended up killing Fate. And when I watched that episode, I was like, yeah, that's what Esau wants. Because he knows that his fate is destruction. So his fate is his enemy. Fate ain't our enemy, because our fate, regardless, even if you're the 2/3, is gonna be in a son of God.
That's right.
Fate is on our side. But that's a terrible thing. For those who fall on the shitty end of the stick.
That's right. It says, for who have resisted his will, nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against Yahweh?
You can't say nothing because you didn't make yourself. You can't say nothing. You know what I mean? Esau can't turn around and say, well, the Most High made me like this. Okay, good, but you're still going to pay because you was made to pay. It is what it is. At the end of the day, the Most High is righteous in the way that even though he made you to be the devil, you did the deed of the devil. So now you got to pay. It's the rules of the game. It's the rules of the game.
It's not like you weren't blessed on the way through. You know what I'm saying?
You got a little something out of it.
You got a piece out of it.
You
enjoyed it. You enjoyed it.
You sniffed a lot of farts, man. You did a lot of stuff, man. You enjoyed it, man.
Hey, bro, you know, spiritually talk about them trying to like change fate. Because you remember when our forefather got the birthright, his mind was, alright, cool. The days of mourning for my father at hand, and then I'll go and kill him.
Maybe he will get it.
Yeah, but it's like, no.
Yeah, you already got the birthright. That's right. That's a good point. So how was you going to be able to do that?
And then also when the Lord was being born, remember?
They tried to beat the prophecies.
Herod.
Yeah.
Alright, you know, alright, get all these scribes and find out when that star came. So to try and go and get.
And then when that failed, he went crazy.
And then when it
killed the
failed.
He still failed.
Yeah, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again.
That's how Esau is. Zacchaeus is.
He's a carnal man.
Cain and Abel.
Zacchaeus.
Remember Cain and Abel?
You can't beat.
You know, when his sacrifice got taken, he said, alright, let me kill him to try and cut off that line, that seed line. But then the Lord simply just brought through man.
Yep.
To carry it on.
You can't beat the system, man. So whoever you are, however the Lord created you to be,
That's how you gonna be.
you got to accept it, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, Esau, you're the devil. You need to accept it. And
That's what you gonna be.
another thing you should watch, man, is Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter was basically trying to tell man, look, if you're the devil, just be the devil. If you watch the Hannibal Lecter, man would come to him like, oh, I've got these urges. And he'd be like, his thing was like, well,
Just be yourself. Natural.
but because he represents when they write these things, a lot of times it's the elites put in their philosophies in there. Do as thou wilt. That's basically what he was saying. Yo, do as thou wilt. Why you want to kill
train
people?
yourself,
Kill
yeah.
people, bless. Be who you are.
Why are you suffering?
Why are you suffering? Be evil. And that's what the elites do. The elites embrace that. That's why they train them to embrace evil, because they know they're evil. But to them, they try to transform the evil to good because they're right. They say, oh, we're right. So if you're weak and we take advantage of you, that's because you're weak. So we're right to do that. That's their philosophy. When the scripture says you're not supposed to do that.
Well, they got the philosophy, was it the survival of the fittest and all that type of thing. They push that stuff in it. So that's how their mind works. You know, if you're seen to be weak, then you're there to be taken advantage of.
You know, if we kind of tell you the truth over there and you fall for it anyway, then we're justified. You know? It is the devil. Nah, you're not supposed to do it, bro.
A bit more. It says, shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Have not the potter power over the clay? Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor.
Of the same lump. That same lump was Isaac. And from Isaac, the Lord made one vessel unto honor, which honor represents value. That's Jacob. Jacob was the vessel that was made unto honor. We're the valued vessel.
And then again, written by prophecy. You know, the elder should serve the younger.
Divine authority.
We always set out to be
So
that
did
way.
Jacob make himself a vessel unto honor? Did we choose this life? Did we choose? You don't choose, man. You were made that way. Now it's a matter of you playing out your role, playing out what you are. All right. Did Esau choose to be the devil? He didn't choose to be the devil. He just simply is. he's the devil.
Did Judas choose to betray the Lord? The Lord made Judas the way he
He was
was.
set up, man.
Set up.
So Esau can't do nothing different than what he done.
Son of perdition.
Esau couldn't do anything different than what he done. He's doing what he was meant to do. But does that mean he ain't gonna pay? No, he gonna pay because the Lord set the rules of the game. That if you do evil, that's what happens.
He that killeth for his soul shall die by the sword.
Romans 9:14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? Most High Yahweh forbid. For he saith unto Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High Yahweh that showeth mercy.
And that's another thing Esau's hurt about. Because really, when you break it down, Jacob have sinned and Esau have sinned. But you think there's not Jakes that are pedophiles all the time?
One's forgiven and one's not.
Jake be murder. Every sin you can think of, Jake's committed. But why is Esau unforgivable? The Most High said so. Because he made him to be, what do they call it? Is the right word juxtaposed?
Inferior, man.
You can only compare one thing to another by seeing the other side.
That's right.
So you only know mercy when you've seen the absence of mercy. So it's the same thing. Jacob and Esau, ultimately, we define each other. We define each other because we're going to be able to be in the kingdom and appreciate the mercy of the Lord because of what the Lord did to our brother Esau. So damn, the Lord really loved us. Because was not Esau Jacob's brother? The Lord dealt with him.
The Lord showing you the righteous side.
Yeah, because if
which
the
is
Lord
Jacob,
wanted
and
to,
showing you
Esau could be open to redemption. What was stopping Esau from being redeemed? Thus saith the Lord. That's it.
That's it.
If the Lord wanted to, he could have said, you know what, man, Esau, I'm going to forgive you. But the scripture says he didn't allow repentance, man. Though he saw it sinfully in tears.
Just got to grab that.
He was going in.
Precept. Sirach 18 and verse 3, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is the king of all, and by his power dividing holy things among them from profane.
His choice.
The Lord's authority. So a lot of people find that difficult to get with because even though Esau's the most unfair person that ever has been in the history of the planet, he pushes this idea of equality and being fair, right? So they're thinking, oh, that's a bit unfair. But it's never about being fair. And I have to tell my children that all the time. Life ain't about what's fair. It is about what it is. If someone else gets something and you don't, they got it and you didn't. That's as far as it goes. Because when you get something and someone else didn't get it, you don't give a damn. Everybody cares about equality until they're getting the favor, and all of a sudden, well, where was all that talk about favoritism then? When you get picked for the job and the next man didn't get picked for the job, you don't start crying for my man. Oh, how come my man didn't get the job? You just like, yeah, I got the job.
Like, them people-
You talk about fairness, man.
What's fair, man? Ain't nothing in life fair. It is what it is. Am I 6'8" in the NBA, man? There's man out there that ballers. Because man's 5'8", man ain't making it into the NBA, man. Straight up, simply because he was born and the damn your genetics is fucked, man. There's plenty, but there's man that could have been in the Premier League. You know why they're not there? They had all the skills, no engine. And you're born with an engine. That's why you got man like Bellingham, smelling them over 6 foot and he can run forever. How? That's not training. That's genes, man. He was born with the ability to be a donkey and run up and down the pitch. And that's why he's at Real Madrid right now. When there's another guy, trust me, that was a million times of a baller he was, But man can only run for like 20 minutes, blood. Man's got to take breaks, because why? It's a lot of it's down. Sports is the ultimate example of why life ain't fair. Because a lot of sports is simply down to your fucking genetic lottery. But there's man that's ballers when they're 6, 7 years old. You're like, rah, my man's sick. You're like, yeah. And then man get to puberty and you're dead out here, fam. But everyone else just gets faster and stronger than you.
Marvin Hagler, right? This guy's skull had an extra like bone. So, when you go look him up, his skull had an extra like bone protection. So that's why it was hard to knock out.
Is that fair?
Yeah, nah. You know what I'm saying?
The only way you can make it fair is tell man to come in at the same weight. But ultimately in life, a lot of things are given. Now it's what you do with what you're given. Sometimes what defines how far you're gonna get. But some man you ain't given, that's it. You're out of that game.
Natural abilities and
I know man that I've seen man that are ballers. I was like, yeah, but bro, you're 5 foot, you're 5'10". You ain't only Spud could have got in there. How many man that's 5'10" gonna be in the NBA? I don't care how much handles you got. You need to be a certain height. The Lord said, nah, you going McDonald's, bro. You flipping them burgers.
Ecclesiasticus.
You become a
three
chef.
He's trying to use the same skills of his hand.
chicken dippers, bro.
Bro, it's true. Even a good example: sprinters and long distance runners. A long distance runner can't be a sprinter, and a sprinter can't be a long distance runner because it's based upon the amount of fast twitch muscle that you got. What's that go back to? Genetics. That's why them Ethiopian man, they ain't got a lot of fast twitch, but they can do that long distance. Tortoise. Them man are like the tortoise type thing. You know? They could go for time.
No weight. No weight.
You know, they got that type, stringy type of body, minimal muscle mass.
Aerodynamic.
Running like that. But there's a time and a place for that. You know?
If you see a picture of his lungs, they're probably like this.
Then you get them Benjamites like swift as the fucking rose in the field. Man. Crazy fast twitch muscles, but ain't got no stamina, blood. It's peak. Go.
This is from Ecclesiasticus 43 and 10.
Oh, there you go.
And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth.
Which is true. That's science. Because we're made. It's funny because I was chatting to my daughter the other day, and they found out they put iron in the food, right? And it's actually iron, like, and iron shards in the food, right? And a normal person went, oh, that's crazy. But no. That's why they used to have the cast iron pots. You actually eat that cast iron when you're thinking. But your body needs a certain amount of iron because you're made of all the different elements in the earth. In fact, that's where you come from. Trace it. You eat food, right? Okay. Where does the food come from? You take a seed, it's a little thing, and you put it sucks in all of the nutrients. What's nutrients? Earth. It's all the elements, breaks it down, reconstitutes it, makes new compounds, and then it builds itself. Then you eat it, break it down, and take those elements and build yourself.
Same with the spring waters, it absorbs all the rock elements and stuff, and magnesium and all that shit.
So if you cremate someone down to dust, what's gonna be in that dust? Iron, fucking traces of crazy ass metals and whatever. That's what the scriptures say.
Even things that are poisonous in certain doses.
So
in the body.
don't make the Bible look dumb as if the Bible's saying that the Most High took some mud and slapped it together, and we were just walking around like mud people. You know, that's why you gotta slap these people. No, what it means is the Lord took the elements that the earth is made from, and we're built from the elements in the earth. We are earth. And what, 70%, 80% water or some shit?
Which is why we obviously have to eat things off earth to like live.
It all comes from the earth, and the energy comes from the sun. You get energy from the
same
sun.
Same as the grass in the field, man.
There you go.
Same thing.
What else? What did I find out the other day was a grass? Sugar cane's a grass. Sugar cane's a grass. Wheat is a grass.
In much knowledge, the Lord has divided them and made their ways diverse.
Right. People are different. People got different spirits on them. They want to act a certain different way. Everybody ain't supposed to be the same. That's not saying you be wicked. Because there's a difference between doing something different and being wicked. You might get a brother that he likes to tip his hat to the side a different way, and another brother do it. Is it right or wrong? No. Sometimes people just act a certain different way. But that's how when the Lord created all these different nations, he made their ways to be diverse. So these man, you can look at them and go, hey, that's how them man do their thing. We do our thing this way.
Yeah.
Or when even with cooking, man might cook, but they do their thing that way. Us man do our thing this way. Man. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to be. The Lord said he did that, so he inspired that difference and different spirit. That's why Esau's got that freaky, weird spirit.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why Elam shake their head.
It's true. Everyone's got their own diverse ways, isn't it? Some of it is wicked, but some of it is just the difference. You know?
Yeah. Some of them as he blessed and exalted,
Some people are gonna be blessed and exalted.
and some of them he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them, as he cast and brought low and turned out of their presence.
Right, now that can happen ultimately through, different nations rising and falling, but then it can also to the point where the Lord actually has put a curse on Esau that ultimately he's going to be cast down.
No, Malachi tell you that. Though they build, he shall cast down.
And then so all this pride that they're rolling with now, it's going to be turned to shame because all the other nations are just going to look at them, man, being decimated and removed from the earth, man. But right now, they're talking with big chests. Oh, we built civilization. We're the highest IQ. Everyone else is stupid. Ha, ha, ha. We did this, we did that.
The strongest.
Yeah, but that's life. When you're on top, you can always talk like that, innit? That's how the thing goes. But then when you get broke up, all of a sudden your visage changes. It's a known thing to man. Man has always been like that. When a man's on top, man will be talking the hardest, talking the most. It happens on the streets. You get man on the streets, they be talking the most, then they get nabbed. And man have got them on the camera, and all of a sudden they're bare humble.
Antiochus, man.
Yeah.
He was talking cash money, man.
He's all gonna be humble. Then you forget. Then you realize you're a man.
That's it.
You get that sorry look on your
Yeah.
face.
But the scripture says back then, Antiochus thought that he could reach the stars and number it. Back then.
Then he could only when he smelt his own self.
When he was his worms up in his gut, he was caked, man. Have a precept. Okay, come
As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to lend it to them as he liketh best.
Right.
So again, it's to his pleasure, right? So he do what he wants with his creation. If he wants to design a thing for a certain particular purpose, that's what he does. And he picked Israel, the children of Israel, to be his people, to be the chosen, and he chose Esau to be that wicked.
And even our fall, you go into let's get that in Isaiah 63. The Lord is the one that hardened our heart from his fear, because we had to go through this. We had to fall in order for us to rise in Yahweh Shai, man.
Got it. This is Isaiah 63 and 17. O Lord, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways, and hardened our heart from thy fear? Return for thy servant's sake the tribe of thine inheritance.
Right. So, and the New Testament is testament to that, because the Lord is actually going to make us perfect, where we're going to be perfect whether we like it or not. So that shows you that he could have done that in the first place.
Yeah.
Read it again.
Oh,
Back that up.
Yeah.
It's Romans 8 verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God. For the creature, you're speaking about us, right, was made subject to vanity, right? Because he wasn't made perfect. We had these bodies of flesh, these bodies of sin attached to us, right? It says, not willingly, so not by choice, right? But by reason of him, and him being the Most High, of who has subjected the same in hope.
Yeah, we're in hope. We're like imperfect cell right now. We're getting ready to go perfect style. But the good thing about us is that perfection is our destiny. That perfection has always been our destiny, man. And that's really what we got to focus on, to march on towards that end.
Yeah.
Because while we're here, we will never be perfect. We will always be imperfect, and therefore messed up, man. Sad. Like the sadness will always be there because we're not what we were meant to be. When we're made perfect, that's when we're gonna know true joy and true happiness, man. Because we're gonna be ourselves. We're gonna be able to be free to do what we're supposed to do, which is to be the perfect sons of the Heavenly Father. Esau don't feel no kind of way because he weren't meant to be perfect anyway.
That's it. That's it.
He's the devil.
I must have my final form. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I remember one time when there's a scene in Dragon Ball Z where he thought he weren't gonna get, cause I think it was it Vegeta was too strong, and he started crying. He started talking like, no, I must be perfect, and he was frustrated as hell, man. And then as soon as he got it, he was like, yeah, this is where it's at, man. This is where it's at. But that's how we gotta be. Yo, but he's moving mad out there. But we gotta be like Cell. He was focused on that one thing. Cell was focused on becoming perfect because he knew there was a perfect form. He weren't happy with just being, because even when he got to the one which was, remember at first he was like a bug looking thing, innit? Then he got to the one just before. He could have stayed there. I'm kind of almost perfect. He said, nah, I need that perfect thing. And then he had bare sons.
If only I could be. If only.
And you,
just let me do it.
You remember the scene with Android? What was the girl one? 18. And he's like, and you, my little peach, I'm gonna gobble you. Yo, Cell was a real bad man, yeah? He could have been a Benjamin. That was a joke, yeah. Don't.
I know exactly what he said. I know exactly what he said.
You know, Jake can take that and run with it, man.
Yeah, you know,
like,
sit down there.
Blanca.
You're gonna sit down.
Oh, yeah,
9 hours,
Yeah,
and actually try and pull out
Oh,
a
shit, you know? Blanca.
You see spirit.
Blanca and them, man, innit? Like, yeah.
fictional characters. Anyway, verse 21 says, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God.
And it's a liberty for us. And you know, when you're under darkness, you don't see that. But ultimately, to do the right thing for us, to be perfect, is our liberty. To be in this wickedness, to in this body, is slavery. But Esau told you something different, because Esau's liberty is sin. You see what I'm saying? Do as thou wilt. That's his liberty.
Because truly, how can you be free when everything that you're doing is destroying yourself? Now, if you want to be free to destroy yourself, I mean, that sounds counterproductive to me. You know, most I gave is this law for life, you know, for a life to live. So we can prosper in our ways. But if you go against that, then you're only bring upon yourself as death. And nobody really wants that.
And are you really serving yourself when you think of it? If we're righteous spirits here, and you're doing unrighteousness, you're not really serving your spirit. You're serving wicked ass spirits that's latched onto you and the flesh. When you think about it, yeah, you got a parasite on you. You know, sometimes you can get a parasite that makes you eat shit that you don't even want to eat. That's basically what it is. We've got spiritual parasites, man.
Quick one, just on that point on liberty, right? This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 19. While they promise them liberty, they themselves are servants of corruption. For of whom a man...
Because it's not profitable. Realistically, it's not profitable. Thinking that you do what you want to do without no repercussions is not profitable. Because everyone's trying to have, you know, everyone's trying to live that best life, right? To live long lives, you know, prospering lives. But that is not the way. You ain't going to achieve it by going into wickedness. That's it. So what are you really doing?
But half the time, man can't even look themselves in the eye. Man can't even go in the mirror and look in your own eyes, man.
Especially them celebrities, bro.
Man, wearing shades,
Man, your shades in the mirror.
Ain't got a choice, man.
Wake up in the morning, brushing their teeth with shades.
It has to be done.
Man, look yourself in the eyes, man.
A lot of man can't be alone for too long as well, right?
Yeah. Hey, we're going to be free from all, you know, to be what we were meant to be, which is, because we were created as perfect. You know, in the spiritual realm, we don't have all these imperfections. In the spirit world, we're perfect. And we come down here, and it's like, yo, what's going on here? Man's got this lustfulness and all this foolishness, demons. Jake just get manifold demons on, man, just doing madness. Cutting yourself, taking crack. Tell me that's not a demon?
That's what that movie Ghost Rider was based upon. It's supposed to be an angel that came down to Earth.
And he got,
And he drove himself mental because of all the shit he was seeing.
That's mad.
Turned to the Ghost Rider, bro.
Yeah, he's actually an angel. Yeah,
That's supposed to be
the
an
Ghost
angel,
Rider's an
yeah.
angel. and he was they kept him locked up in hell, innit?
His face
Yeah,
messed him
some
up,
shit
you know.
like that. Drove himself
Insane,
crazy.
yeah.
You finished? No, yours.
Yeah, a little bit more. It says they themselves are servants of corruption, for of whom a man is overcome. Of the same is he brought in bondage. So they said they're free, but they really shackled up in bondage of lust. You know, you're a slave to sin, basically, you know?
What's that scripture? Ecclesiastes 10, when it talks about covetous man who sets his own soul on himself. So at first it seems like, I'm gaining this, I'm gaining that. But then his soul is destroyed, man. He can't think away his vows, you know? He's done. You know, he's mentally compromised.
It all ends badly.
Yeah.
Done.
So it seemeth right.
That's Saul Campbell.
Yeah, no. He's deaf. He's deaf.
Leave Saul alone,
So he's
man.
top G right now.
Leave Saul alone, man.
Saul's top G right
Saul
now.
made his money, man. he got the cups. No, man, they fucked up, man.
In the book of Revelation 21 and 4, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed
So
away.
you people in this world can't say those things. Even despite getting all the wealth and the status and that, they can't say these things. They can't receive that in this world. They think money's gonna make things better, but they're suffering the same type of shit, man.
The only thing money can buy you in this world is a temporary dopamine hit. And it don't last. It don't last. It's temporary dopamine, like. You know, that's all it is, man. That's why how many of these men commit suicide?
They're getting divorced
And
constantly.
it's known that it's a suicide actually a rich man thing.
Yeah.
More people with money commit suicide than people without money. Because that just shows you that money don't mean that nothing.
crashing it.
2008. People, when the crash happened, they were
Crashing
doing
out.
them
Jumping,
They were crashing
jumping
out
jacks.
for real.
from them buildings, man. Jake was just like, alright, it is what it is, isn't it?
That's why we need Yahweh Shai to heal us, man. It's a spiritual healing that we're receiving through Yahweh Shai, the cleansing and removing all that corruption that's within us, man. And that all's coming through Yahweh Shai and the new covenant, man. Which ain't for everyone. It ain't for everyone, and it is what it is, man. Listen, it sucks if you're not Israelite. I get it. I get it, man. But you have to deal with reality, innit? Everyone has to do that. The thing is, like I said, everyone has to deal with the fact that something is not for you. That's one of the main things you have to learn as a child. Is that some things is not for me. You have to accept it and just be glad with what little you have. Now Esau, I can understand your point of view as well. Like you're completely fucked, but someone had to be in it. Someone had to be in it, and it's you.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and 46. I answered then and said, this is my first and last saying, that it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or else when it was given him to have restrained him from sinning. For what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness and after death look for punishment?
Then I just didn't understand the plan, the overall scheme of things, right? Because the Most High could have done that to Adam, restricted him from wickedness. That's what always going to do to us in the
It would
kingdom.
have been a shit story, man. You gotta have it. This is a brilliant. Listen. Even in the realms of story writing, you gotta have the what they call it, the second act low point. It's important. Every good film you watch has a low point, where it seems like all is lost. And then what happens in the third act? That's where you get the rise at the end, and it finishes strong, blood, and you enjoy the film. You can't, if you don't have that low point, you take that low point out of the film, it becomes forgettable. Like Mama said in the Matrix. Man, will be like, oh, this is too good. No, you have to have that point. Even the hero will have that point where it seems like he's down and out. And then he rises, and you're like, come on.
Man got shot up in the alleyway, innit? Yeah. He's like, I can't be dead. No, I can't be dead. Man rises up, no. That's
what happened with our Lord. You know, when he got crucified, and then he conquered death.
That's it.
And then after that, it's like, yo, it's, yeah, man, he's won. That's it.
And it proves the power of the Heavenly Father.
Power of the Lord, man.
And we're gonna get the second coming. When Yahushua returns, it's gonna be a crazy moment, man. You know, we're gonna be fucking hype. You know what I'm saying?
I have a bit more of this. It says, "Oh, thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death?" So like in his mind, he was like, bruv, like, how? Like, sway, you know what I mean? He was like,
we receive it.
yeah. But then what he didn't, obviously, he was starting to understand that basically it's all according to the Lord's will. And that fall, it had to happen so that when that's why the scripture speaks about the first Adam, right? And the last Adam.
Because I think even in that, it might be in the next chapter or something, but he actually explains about, his son, the Most High's son, because it's really set up for him to receive the glory. Right? So it's like, this is for a time period because, the Most High going to set us up a savior. His son's going to come and bring Israel back to repentance, basically. That was what was being set up, but that wasn't for that moment in time, that was for later. You know?
You gotta have the drama, man. Drama's everything. Even I'm thinking back to the first Usyk Fury fight, man. What made that fight such a big drama show was them mid rounds where it wasn't looking good for Usyk. You know, them mid round, everyone could feel it. You were watching that, them body shots, but then he come back again, the third act, and those would be the fights that people remember. People don't really, don't like when you have it on easy mode. They like a bit of drama. They like that where you had to get off of the canvas and then you come up and you come back and you overcame something. It means more than if you just had it on easy street, man. So it's the same thing with the scriptures, man. Israel, we had it tough. The Lord created a straight way for us, man. But it's gonna be beautiful, and we're gonna give praise to Yahweh Shem Yoshai because we went through it, through Him, and came out the other side, man, and be blessed forever. Esau.
It's the greatest redemption story, man.
Man, don't get no better, man.
Like you said with the Usyk, everyone thought he was down and out, but that 9th round started coming back and started smacking up Fury. Fury is just against the ropes. Slobbering, done.
We went into slavery to this man. We got turned into straight chattel slaves, man. That's a low point.
That's what the argument was. Captain Josiah was telling that devil Andrew Wilson, or not Andrew Wilson, the coolie, whatever, before he came on the stream. He was telling him on that Fugazi podcast, because he was saying all nations can be saved, the Christian guy. And he was saying, but according to the Constitution, all men are created equal, right? But he said, but when that Constitution was written, Jake was in slavery.
Yeah, but what the fuck does that mean?
So that
and then
all men ain't
we go
created
back
equal.
to the whole bullshit about all men was created equal.
That's it.
What does that even mean?
Bullshit.
Break it down what it means when you say all men were created equal. Because does that mean all men have equal power and authority?
Come on.
That's not true. We know that for a fact. That's not even true on the streets. Where is that true that all men have equal power and authority? What does that even mean? That's what I'm saying. They just say shit. All men were created equal in the sight of God. Equal in what way?
Exactly.
All men were not created equal. The world has never been a world where anyone has been equal. There's always people always put themselves into an order.
Yeah.
There's always been a hierarchy. If you get 7 men and you put them in a room, they're gonna naturally order themselves in some kind of hierarchy.
Yeah.
Whether it's based upon who's the wisest or who's the strongest or who's the coolest, there will be some kind of order that's gonna come about. There's one guy's gonna rise up and be the leader, and there's gonna be a right hand man. That's how people. And then the guy there's gonna be the guy that's at the bottom of the totem pole, so to speak. That's just how the world is.
Goes to the shops.
Yeah, send man to the shop for chicken. That's how it is, man.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. For Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
And that's really what it comes down to. The same way you saying all men were created equal. Okay, but then when they were created, if you have authority placed upon you, right, then it is what it is. Right? If you have a king and that king has an authority in the realm, right, and his son is born, and you know that his son is going to inherit that authority, then he, even though you could try and say as a man he was created equal, he's not equal because he's got that added authority attached to his name.
As well
So even when, no matter which way you want to look at it, what they're saying doesn't even make sense. It's you know.
They're trying to make it sound like it's a judicial thing, right? That everyone's equal under the law. We all get trialed the same and all this kind of stuff, right? But we don't even that. If you got money, you can avoid shit. You know, man, I got the top lawyers, all kind of thing. They can pay you off. They can do all kinds of shit. You're not equal in the court, so you're not even equal according to law. So where is equality really coming from?
It's a lie.
Because if you little man come up to a corporation now, they can long you out, man. They can long you out because you ain't got the money to keep going.
It's a lie, and the thing is, this is why Esau done that, so he could turn around and point to that and say, see, we said that. Well, show me the proof of that. Because what was the civil rights movement all about? Why was there a need for a civil rights movement if that was already in the Constitution? So get the hell out of there with that bullshit. But the reason they're trying to push this equality stuff here is really for our sake, to put us back in a box. But maybe we don't want to be equal. How about that? Like I said, I don't play for draws. I've always been like that. When I was, even, you know, this brother knows, man, I was not the guy you want to be around when I'm playing sports. And that's a game. Man, I'll be pissed at me.
It's intense.
I get intense. Man, well, you know when you get that dickhead that is in goal and not diving? I mean, you know what I mean? Because when I go and goal, I'm not even thinking of that. I'm fucking diving because I don't want to say my government name, but I'll be like, oh, you know, let's say my name's John. Oh, John, you know, it's just a game.
Nah, it wasn't a game.
But I'm like, bro, I'm playing to win. That's the whole point of the game.
Competitive.
Why am I playing? What, you think I'm playing to lose? Like, or I'm playing for a draw? Oh yeah, it was 2-2. Yeah, well done. Yeah, that's what Bernard Hopkins. I remember the interview, Bernard Hopkins and the Canadian Jake. With the physique, man, he had one of the best physiques in boxing.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Pascal, yeah.
Pascal,
Remember
yeah.
after they drew the first fight, they come back with a rematch, and then he was like, you know, that friend, it was a draw. I respect the judge. I respect the decision of the referee. And then Bernard was looking at him like, what the hell is this guy talking about? I won. And he's like, Bernard, come on, man, it doesn't matter. It was a draw. You know, it's not about the W. Man said, what? It's all about the W for me. He just, listen, man, why are we playing these games? Listen, the reality is, nobody on this planet Earth wants to be equal with anyone else. Everybody wants to be better if you were honest with yourself.
But that's why I'm corporate. They're always looking for a promotion.
No, be equal though. No, be equal though. Get promoted, and they say, no, you still got to get paid what everyone else gets paid.
But then they have there's the same people that have issues with communism. Because in communism, everyone got the same pay for everything.
But-
regardless of what you did.
But then you got Jeff Bezos. Equality is a lie, man. There's no such thing as equality. Right? There's no such thing as equality. Like, it's not even defined correctly. You can only be equal among equals, man.
It's a road spray, innit?
Equality can only exist among equals, and everybody ain't equal, man.
Yeah, as Deuteronomy 7 verse 6 says, man, Israel is above.
Everybody ain't even supposed to have a decision in matters, in certain matters of great concern. In the ancient world, and it should be that wisdom should make decisions. They didn't, when they had a village, they didn't get every man together to make decisions. They got the elders and the village idiot and the drunk. Come. What's your thoughts?
Hey, they're taking our jobs. That's what you're gonna hear.
You see what happens when you let them man vote, man? Them man will vote and do some foolishness.
I voted for Brexit.
His opinion ain't equal. Everybody's opinion ain't equal. Some man are just stupid.
Is it from the same person?
Some autistic.
Uninformed.
Some autistic done. You're gonna
It says there.
Nah, man, uninformed, man.
some
that's
Down
my ex,
syndrome done. You're
Yeah,
gonna let
but
man
I hear
vote,
that.
man. Come on.
But did you screenshot it?
It's just true though.
Screenshot it.
Go on.
But I hit it from the
Yeah,
channel,
read
so
that
she can't
extra
come
bit,
back from
yeah,
the channel.
Because I realise it's the whole chapter that kind of goes into all of that, man.
Yeah, you know what it is? That whole everyone's equal is a fairy tale, and it sounds good, but it's not practical. We're not trying to be equal. We want to be rulers. We want the top spot, and we're due the top spot because it's in our inheritance.
Even
not going to take it based upon our own lust. It's in the scriptures that we are due the top spot. And so we're just saying that's our birthright. And that's what anyone would do. If you inherit, you telling me these pussios here, right? If they inherited a company, like their father owned a company, and it's like, you've inherited to own this company, they wouldn't fucking claim the company as theirs. No, you know what? Yeah, all the workers, okay, everyone, you get a share. You get a share. He's a fucking hypocrite. You wouldn't even live like in the real. Listen, bro, I'm telling you this for free. If I found out I inherited Google, all you little Google workers ain't. You work for me now. Now I might hook you up with a little bit extra, but it's my company. I'm not trying to make it where everybody owns it. What the fuck, man? It's mine.
even Elon done that. As soon as he owned the X, he just got rid of 70,000 employees straight away.
Bro,
It's not equal, man. No
inheritance is inheritance, and we've inherited rulership, man.
Even within the tribes, man.
Yeah, that's it.
There's order, like the Lord set up order between the tribes. Not everyone's
It's just
equal.
like Esau. He wants something that doesn't belong to him.
It's not true.
Inheritance is something that belongs to the receiver basically, and Esau don't want you to have it. Esau doesn't want to have a blessing.
His world is the most unequal world that has ever been in the history of the planet Earth, and he's the one preaching equality. Then there's Fugazi guys coming up here talking about equality when the man who taught you that isn't equal with the way he operates.
Yeah, because even according to scripture, every person on the planet is entitled to land.
Inheritance.
You know what I mean? It's just like, nah.
You gotta afford it.
Flat.
You gotta buy it.
No, winter garden. A balcony and a flat outside. No,
It's a makeshift shed.
We live in a learned world where, like, what is it? 1% of the world, which is mainly Edomites, own 99% of everything. And this is the guy talking about equality. Get the fuck out of here, man. He's
a bitch.
And then you got a Negro that will come and repeat it to us.
Fuck Esau, man.
Is that slave mentality?
All men were created equal.
That's slave mentality,
isn't
isn't
some rat infested fucking
That slave mentality.
In his room doing
As I said earlier,
It's not like bar when you ain't got shit, innit? Because you want to go up. You think going equal takes you up.
that's why I said that Christianity religion's for Epicureans, man. It's all about how you feel, man. It's not about being stolen.
I have a precept, like, just a quick scripture.
Go.
This is Luke 12 and 32. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. You know, so that is according to his will, isn't it?
Bro, just a quick one in equality.
It's just to give.
Just a quick precept. Kawabaya, read that precept you read in 2nd Ezra 3.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Bro, just to show you that equality, even the Lord said, like, yo,
You know, it's just like the potter's clay thing. Like, it's his kingdom to give, man. He does what he wants with the world he created. If you want to give it to his sons, he gives it to his sons. What's got to do with you lot? You know what I'm saying? You know what to do with you lot, man. Give it to other nations.
That's right. Yeah, I got it here. This is this is 2nd Ezra chapter 3 from verse 13. It says, now when they lived so wickedly before the Lord, before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them whose name was Abraham. Him thou lovest, and unto him only showedest thy will.
Yep.
And madest an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that he would never forsake his seed.
And that's why that's why in Egypt the Israelites were delivered. Because that seed, and it said his forsake his seed. And that's a specific people. That's the Israelites. That's not everyone. Now when the scripture says what does it say? In all nations shall thee be blessed. That's because that seed was going to be scattered among the nations.
Exactly. And going back to that podcast, and then when the devil came on, Andrew Wilson, he was like saying
that guy that normally goes up against
the
the
red pills and all that, the red pill guy, smoking cigarettes, chatting shit. And then he was saying, are you saying it's biological, or are you saying you're the chosen biologically or in the mind? You're saying both.
No, it's both. It's both.
But it's DNA because it's a seed.
It's a seed.
You say that you saying it's biological. It's like to say it can't be biological. You just made it. You're just making it up. It's a conception. You're just making it up. But no one questions the Edomites when they say they're the so-called Jews. Where's their
No,
proof
they get struck.
of inheritance?
You know why he's laughing like that? Because really, deep down inside he's a white supremacist.
Yeah,
he
he's a
believes
devil.
he's biologically superior, and that's why he's got a problem with us saying that. But we are. We are the ones that are actually biologically superior to Edomites. You Edomites are weak.
Yeah.
You're weak in every. There is no way. The only way you tried to hold on to being superior to us was intelligence. Yeah. But it's been shown that if you give us the same education, same everything, we're more intelligent than you. Then on top of that, we got more testosterone than you. Yeah. Then on top of that, we're stronger than you. Then on top of that, we got rhythm.
Salt and all of that.
We're superior. The only thing you had was, oh well, you know, vitamin D deficiency, which that's been proven to be a lie. No, we don't get no vitamin deficiency because we're in Europe. That's bullshit. It's misdiagnosed. You get sunburn though. You get snowburn. Your nose be breaking. Arms be breaking, man. All the time, man. MP, bro. Man playing badminton, you know?
Bro, it's not even a joke. The amount of times man go to the hospital and see them small hats in there. Small hats are always in that hospital, bro.
It's like calcium deficiency.
You only got to where you got to because the Lord had it where that said that the wicked, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It's not because you are actually superior. You were put into a superior position simply because of prophecy. But you are not superior to our people. How do we know that? Even when you go to the Americas, even to this day, there's certain things that man was doing that they can't break down. Their systems of calculations and maths. We were never from no dumb, savage people. And everybody knows, don't talk about the Nigerians, bro, because them man, when they get on their education case, them man act dumb about it, bro. Them man be too educated, bro. They start using words in English that these Englishmen don't know.
Yeah, for real. That's how it is.
The only reason why these so-called West Indians be acting dumb is because of years of plantation. And really, since they come to the UK, you did that. You messed up their schooling and their attitude towards education. And it's really the attitude Jake has what holds Jake back.
That's true.
But you the ones that instilled it in them, because then how come the same Nigerian man, which is the same seed, come and they excel beyond everyone? Showing then it's not a seed thing, is it? It's more of a way you've grown up. It's a mindset. If every Jake had the mindset of, you know, just seeking out education and reading, smart.
We didn't come over here in that way. You know what I'm saying? We didn't come here and fucking retarded and shit like mad.
No.
You know, we didn't come up here. Like,
No, they loved education. The first set of Jake that came in, they were loving the education, man. So don't. There's no level that you're really superior in.
that's cultivation right there.
Like even the point you're talking about the schools and that. Like I remember as a child back home in Ghana, right? When the whole year would do the exam, they post
the ranking system. They put the table system.
Yeah. So basically, it's like if you're lost, you get shamed and mocked for like being dumb.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
I
You get mocked.
was like 10th in my class. I came here. I was the first by far. Man. Like, bro, when I'm doing calculations with calculator, and I'm like, bro, I worked out already. I went into my fucking GCSE exam, the calculator one, with no calculator, bro. And then my dad was still like, why not A? Why B?
That's basically how it is over there.
Bro, that's how it is.
That's a good point. But then niggas come here, pick up the culture, and want to be rappers.
Yeah, for real.
You know, and throw the books away. You know what I'm saying? It's Esau. Esau's already the problem. We get rid of Esau, everything's gonna be just fine. Yeah. You're not, but yeah, it is biological. We are biologically superior to you in every way.
They admitted it in that film Get Out, man.
Yeah.
That's
why they want him man's
the man
blood.
was sitting across the dinner table for him, and he said, if I had your genetics, I'd be a beast.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah,
That was in the movie.
contrary to popular belief, these Edomites are not that high IQ. Most of them are actually barely on a caveman level in IQ.
Yeah, but this is why Esau was always having to do underhanded tactics against our people, man, to oppress us, man.
All you gotta do is go up north, man. These men are barely out the Stone Age, man. You know what I mean? Who they trying to fool? See, they try and push this image that every Edomite in England is this high IQ,
Sophisticated.
sophisticated. Nah, man, yeah, man. You know, that's who they are. They're just walking around snorting cocaine and with a pot belly, just talking shit, man. Barely speaking English. You come to England, you gotta learn to speak English. Man don't know what the fuck man's talking about.
Hey, like the the clip you posted on your post, man, where the guy's going up to the copper, and you could tell the copper was getting triggered happy.
He was should have shot that guy. That guy was taking a piss. He was like, if I could. Most of these Edomites ain't no high IQ guys, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Go down South End, them man are laid out in the beach on some spice. Fuck out of here, man.
Precept. Go on.
Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men.
The Lord can take the guy that's at the bottom and put him at the top, and that's what he did with you. He took a guy that was at the bottom and he gave your elite some game to run with, and now you're at the top, and now you've overestimated yourself.
That's it.
So you got low IQ Edomites they got no degree, no nothing, they're below the level of education, and they're on Twitter talking about Africans and how dumb they are. This is the world we live in. You'll have a Don from flipping Milton Keynes who got fucking D to G in his GCSEs, and he'll be on the internet talking about his civilization and how great white people are and how dumb everyone else is. And man ain't got five GCSEs to rub together. Can't.
That's another thing Esau does. When you get like degrees in different nations or whatever, he discredit them. He'll discredit him.
You know why?
He's education.
You know why? So then his universities could get money from all the people that will have to now pay for their children to come and go to school here.
That's true. He get taught his ways, his way of doing it, his way of thinking.
I don't believe Esau. I don't. You gotta just go out among these Edomites for real. I grew up around. Listen, I'm Dagenham, so I know these Edomites, and they're not no high IQ people. They're cokeheads, all of that.
And that's the majority of the country.
And that's the majority of them. They're low common people. They're Klaus Schwab or something.
What you saying about the uni students coming over here, it makes me think of Habakkuk when it speaks about basically bringing all the people together. Because then what that then does is when they go home, they've now exporting everything that they've learned here and in the West back to their people back home. So whereas before it was calm to see your mum get a little something, now you're coming up, that's abuse. You can't do that anymore. They now bringing in that whole wine. You know.
Even on the Dog website, it tells you that so-called white British families are the most likely to receive state support out of everyone that lives in the country.
But then the majority of people in the country. So these people make it sound like, oh yeah, so it was Jake on benefits. But we're a minority. And you say you don't want to poorly educated anyway.
Oh, they're
you're always applying for shit, man. You always want to complain, got no jobs. So you just go on the dole, you know? It's the immigrants. And all you do, you don't mind buy cigarettes and buy beers.
Bro, if you go, listen, I don't want to keep the buck. I've been in certain places in the UK, and them man, and it's just low. It's just different, bro. Like, the further you go up, it gets worse.
Our second city's bankrupt.
What's that?
Birmingham went bankrupt last year.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, they say 52% of white families in the UK are on benefits, man.
Them man are up there like, dude, dog. Man. You know, them man, have you ever heard them man from Wolverhampton that speak? It's not English, bro.
That's slang for them.
Dude, dog. What the fuck is going on here, man? Let's go back to London, man. This is shit. There you go, man. But then they'll take the mick out of other people, man. That's what I'm saying. But it's like, oh, he's got a Nigerian accent.
No, man, who black people they're moving and all that.
No,
I don't know what the hell they're saying.
That's what it is. But apparently they all speak like Hugh Grant.
Yeah,
you know?
they
don't, man. They
Fucking
don't.
hypocrites, man.
Anyway, hey, go on, let's get the precept, man. Fucking swap.
Precept. No, this is Genesis 25 and 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Right, every nation of people had to start from a patriarch. Now that's something that the world has run away from because they don't understand what a nation is. A nation is a people of the same genus, the same common descent. But the Lord created certain men to be like the, you know what? It's funny, man. You watch there's a program called what was it? The Originals, and they had the little vampires. And all the vampires could be traced back to that three dudes, and it was scions. But that's how it is among men. Every man can trace himself back to a particular patriarch that the Lord set up that the nation is going to come from. So we could give an example, like Ishmael. He's a patriarch. So everyone that comes from Ishmael is grouped into that particular seed. And the Lord deals with that seed as a seed. So he can prophesy, if he prophesies against Ishmael, that's hitting everyone. It could be 1 billion of them, it's going to hit them all. If the Lord prophesy against Moab, if your lineage go back to Moab, it's hitting you. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, this is your destiny, your fate.
Strategic. That's how the Lord set it up. That's how the groupings are. So it says 2 nations during our womb. Out of those 2 boys, not girls, because girls are not, there's no matriarchs in the Bible. You can't have a matriarch. Because women are a part of a nation, but they can't proliferate the nation from themselves. They take in the seed. And then they what they call, they become a habitat for that seed to grow. That's why the woman is likened unto the earth. You know, you put the seed in the earth, and the earth becomes a habitat for it to grow. You understand? So from 2 nations are in thy womb, and one was going to be stronger than the other, meaning they weren't created equal.
That's it. Come on. That's it. Yeah, it says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
Whoever was going to be born first was destined to be subordinate to the younger.
That's it.
That was his destiny, his fate, and it's going to be his destiny. Go on, read on.
And that was before the supplanting. You know what I mean? It was set up that way.
It was set up.
You know, before they even grew up.
You Edomites are supposed to be subordinate to us, and you can see that's how it's meant to be. You know.
So one other thing, because you mentioned, he's made to be the stronger. But this is why Esau been so desperate to prove himself to be the stronger, or to make us seem the weaker. Yeah. He has to establish himself, because otherwise,
well, that's why, like he said, he has to undermine.
Yeah.
When you are truly superior, you don't need to undermine it, because you're superior. If I'm the fastest man in the earth, do I need to spike a next man's drink, or do I need to pay money? Yeah, make sure his trainer does this. Nah, blood, I'm the fastest man. Listen, do what you want to do. Do it, because you ain't beating me, because I'm the done. Same thing in fighting. If you're confident in your skills and you really are the best, you're not worried about what the next man's doing. You ain't got to go, you put spies in the camp. I need to know what. Nah, blood, listen, do what you're doing, because I'm superior myself. When you're inferior, that's when you need to bring the other person down to win. That's when you start spiking man's drink and doing all these underhanded tactics, which Esau's the master of. Esau's the master of degrading everyone else to uplift himself. He has to do that. And that shows you're not actually superior. You're just bringing people down.
That's why he's going around destroying the earth, destroying nations.
Man didn't even want man to be heavyweight champion because you're so fragile. Because your ego's so fragile, man.
Great white hope.
No, realistically break it down, man. You put Jake in slavery and you made sure you talked down everything about Jake as much as you could. You beat it into Jake that no, you're stupid. No, you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, you're weak, you're this, that. You had to bring us down to the lowest of the lowest of a mindset, yeah? Because you know that was the only thing that was going to hold us down. Our mind.
Mental cages,
It's just like the situation with the elephant, where, when they, from the child, they put the elephant on the chain. And he can't break the chain. So then when he's big and he can break the chain, he don't break it because of his mentality. That's what you try to do to Jake. Because you know that if Jake is free in the mind, Jake would rise and you won't be able to keep up with us. We would overcome you. They said we weren't going to be able to fly a plane. Then they were flying planes with the seat back. doing up donuts in the sky and that. Like, everything that Jake is doing now, like Jake, his doctors, there was a point where Esau actually taught scientifically that we would not be able to do that. Why was he teaching that? Why did he go out his way
his
to
science.
say this?
His science. We trust in the science.
Oh, their skull means that they're criminals. So that gives them the excuse to treat them like criminals, even when they're not being criminals. You're the devil.
They have the intention to be criminals.
That's because you know you're a weak ass, man, and you really can't step to us, man. God would have had your ass. If God would have just decided to kill your ass when you first got up there, you would have been dead. The Lord had to put a docile spirit on God and undermine God. Otherwise, God would have tore you up, man. God alone is superior to you, man. Would have torn your dumb ass up, man. You ain't ready for God alone. That's one tribe. Judah and don't start. Judah's really a great tribe. Yeah. Judah's got amazing super Negroes, man. Super talent. There's Negroes among Jake that got talent beyond talent, man. Ridiculous levels of talent, man. There's niggas that fucked their whole life up selling crack that had crazy talent, man.
And all Esau does is monetize.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he does, monetize.
Well, prime example is John Jones, man. Like
Yeah, John Jones.
John Jones,
Man don't train really.
like
Don't crack.
yeah, you actually do weed and crack the whole week.
And they come back. 6 week training camp and fuck your ass up.
and then still beat the best of the best.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen Jakes here that are flipping smart, man, even when they're being dumb. Man, we grew up with certain men that could take a whole ped apart. They'll steal the ped and then take the whole ped apart and put it back together.
Wow.
Come on, man.
What the fuck? This guy should be a fucking engineer. But he ain't an engineer because his mindset. But he really, if you're doing that without being, you've not gone to no flipping school to learn all that. You've done that yourself. These men didn't have the mechanic teach them. And you see that all the time. There's a little thing of Jake in a village somewhere and they've created a motor. My brother used to make transformers for the house. Just make a transformer. Yeah, what's that? Oh, I made a transformer. Got wire and all that. Made a fucking transformer, bro. Jake are amazing, man. Jake can do amazing things, man. Not you Edomites. You Edomites are punks, man.
Esau would be like, no, he's a terrorist. You can't do that. Lock him up. No, you can't do it.
You got Deion Sanders and all these, man, and that's just on the physical level. But even on an intelligence level, man, that's why you got, oh, look at my man. The dude they got in NBA.
Yeah. I forgot his name.
Oh, fucking,
Celtics guy.
the Celtics, Brown,
I forgot.
Jalen,
Yeah,
Jalen-
I think that's him. Yeah,
Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why they don't want to give him no shine. That's a super Jake right there. You're talking about over 6 foot, way over 6 foot, can dunk, crazy genetics.
Smart.
And then on top of that, man, super intelligent, man. Esau's like, no, we can't let people find out this. And there's loads of Jakes out there.
But Luke 3:35, this is our power, and there shall none other be accounted of in. And there shall none other be accounted of in a comparison of him. He has found out all the way of knowledge, and has given it into Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved.
That's right. We're not people that's ever been dumb. We've been dumbed down on the Esau's rulership, because everything he broke us down to nothing, and then we've been under his oppression. Without that oppression, we always soared into the heights of intellect and understanding and teaching. We always was that. Go into our history. Like I said, even, and that's just not the Negro tribes, the tribes in the Americas, they built things that to this day, they might not know how they got the boulder up there, they don't know what's going on. There was also four-dimensional, you got four-dimensional imagery that they got. They got imagery that changes with the fucking,
the sun,
the
sun.
phases of the moon. So how the fuck did that man do that shit, man? It's only because we're on the Esau and his mind control programming that's got Jake dumbed down. That's why they keep pushing the sexy reds and all this bullshit down Jake's throat, right? Mash up the education system, and they got Jake uplifting being dumb. That's the only thing. But we're coming out from that. That's why when you come into this truth and you learn you're an Israelite, you learn that now you need to be learned. Now you need to embrace knowledge in righteousness. And brothers start learning history and learning languages and looking into things. And you start uplifting yourself rather than keeping yourself in a box. Oh, black. The first thing they'll say is, oh, black people don't do that. No, bro, we do everything except all that perverse shit. But in terms of intellect, why can't a black man play a violin? Or a black man do this instrument? Or a black man be into... What is held back from us to explore and to understand? Why should we be kept into just the just this black culture where this is the only thing that you're into, and if you do anything other than that, you're just weird or being white.
They treat like the whole black inventors thing like it's an anomaly. Like they'll like if you speak about that. Like I remember speaking about that in school when they were looking at me like, what the fuck? Like those are just like one-off black people. Those are just the special ones, the one-off few. That
It's only because Jake has been put into a box. And especially through black entertainment, and we're taught that, okay, this is what's cool, and keep yourself within these confines and stay there, when really everything belongs to us. Every form of knowledge, every understanding is things that we can explore because our Father created everything. So why should we be held back from knowledge when our Father is the God of knowledge?
Ultimate creator.
So why are you gonna, don't try and make me feel uncool because I'm interested in engineering. Our Father's an engineer.
You had that young Jake that made, what's it, young Jake, I think he's in America, he made something, made crude oil out of fucking,
Oh yeah.
made a crude oil part of a process or whatever it was.
Yeah, why
From
can't we-
metals and he
You
just
don't want to
made
be
a
a
shit in the
nerd.
backyard.
You don't want to be
bro.
a geek. Oh, you're speaking proper words. So you need to speak in Ebonics. Why? Why can't I come and elevate my vernacular? What's wrong with that?
That
Because
scares
of
Esau, boy.
And you heard about that Jake that just got killed the other day, and they talking about how he had all these accolades in school, and he got gunned down on the way to school because he made a diss track the day before, man, trying to do badness. He got shut up. But again, Esau's the one that pushes all that hip hop, black culture that Jake is trapped in. They did the study because all the children of the black soldiers in Germany ain't like that.
When they say they made it a culture.
It's a culture thing. We got a very dumbed down and toxic culture that Esau has placed upon us because when them children, they did the study, when them children that were growing up in Germany were growing up, highest level of excellence. What was the difference between them and them? It's just the culture that they're surrounded by. You know? That black culture, man, is a
Poison.
demon.
It's poison.
Yeah, it's poison.
It's like a trend thing because now I just see like the other day, you know, you got this Central C guy. They just put out his new song, and now already he's pushing that vibration of the niggerisms, as they usually do. They always got a pivotal guy that they use to push to the youth, to put them in that mindset of just being niggers. Well, that's what I say about the Nike Tech fleeces and that, you know, the whole outfit and all that. You push that spirit and then just put them back into
And they're like that.
put
And
them
you look
back
at
to
these
sleep.
youths in school, they don't value education. They value because black culture doesn't. Them Central C and them man don't push education. They don't push elevating yourself. They just push being cool and badness.
Looking cool.
So then, as a youth, that's what you're on. So you're not thinking about, you know what, like let me like get my mind, you know, elevate my mind, man. Study these scriptures.
And even when you're not doing bad, you want to act like you are.
Yeah.
You know what I
Because that's
mean?
your validity. That's what makes you valid. Like. And then you do some badness and go in jail and you're invalid because no one cares about you after this.
Don't get caught up in some stupid shit.
After 20 years, man forget you're even in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a real quick one. Exodus chapter 1, verse 7. It says, and the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceeding mighty. And the land was filled with them. Now there rose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto
Another great, intelligent, faithful.
Right.
He had everything. He was spiritual, intelligent.
down dreams.
That's how we're supposed to be. We got many men like that in our history, man. You know? Hey, go back to Jeremiah. It said Jerusalem, we had the orators. Bro, come on, man. You know Jake got some orators. Morgan Freemans and that. They pay that man just to talk.
James O. Jones.
Hey, them niggas in the churches. Hey, them niggas in the churches is great orators, man. Who can orate better than them niggas in them churches, man? Them niggas in the churches will run a speech, man.
They're like, how the hell is his voice like?
That niggas have you wanted to be in it, you try. I agree.
Yeah. He's saying bare words but saying nothing. He's saying something but saying nothing.
verse 9, it says,
It was a judge. Oh, it was that one.
Fair passage,
Alex
isn't it?
Yeah, that guy was funny, man.
It just went in like what kind of octaves?
it says, verse 9, it says, and he said unto his people, behold, the people, the children of Israel, sons of Israel, are more mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply and it come to pass.
So they thought they were being smart. It was the most dumbest thing they could have done.
And that shows you that we're in the modern day Egypt, because that's what Esau's done with us. He's dealt wisely with us through COINTELPRO and all of these different things, and you know, he's undermined and destroyed Jake, man. And that's how you get to world star hip hop. It's not happened by itself. And this is what these Edomites that like to point at, you know, the toxic form of Jake, as if Jake just got to that point by themselves. That they just know they were coerced in that direction through your secret services, the crack epidemic, you know, what they see in the movies. It's all targeted. The positions they put Jake in the movies, and how they portray Jake in the movies, how they portray Jake in the media. As a child, you're soaking all of that in, and it affects how you think about yourself. Why do you think? Why is Jake? Let me ask you a question. Why does Jake bleach? Why does a so-called black woman bleach? Did she just? Did that just happen organically by itself, or was there systematically years of destroying the image of blackness as being beautiful?
Yeah. And then taking like people who are revered in the community, like Little Kim, for instance. That was I think one of the first major celebrities that started bleaching himself. Cartel.
Because man's laugh, but at the end of the day, if you go to Jamaica today, the elites of Jamaican society are either white or light skinned. This is a fact. They're not dark-skinned Jakes that run Jamaica. In Jamaica, the man them that's really running Jamaica, that's got all the money, are either actually straight up white or they're mulatto, light-skinned Jakes. And so that affects the way people think, because being dark-skinned isn't considered beautiful. Or excellent. It's not. So then that plays out in itself by what people choose and what people like. They love the light skin thing.
It's like a caste system.
Exactly. It's like that in Puerto Rico. It's like that in Puerto Rico. It's like that in Cuba. This is not but did that happen by itself? Or is that something that has been put forward? It's been put forward. So when you see Jake doing craziness, it's not that it just happened like that. It's over years, and then as a child, when you see certain things, you're gonna absorb those things.
It's a mental beat down.
And the worst thing about it, man, Esau's image is the image of leprosy.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is a curse, right? And that is the image that you don't want, you know. But he's put that up as something to attain to, that you gotta look like this to be, you know, to be considered great or beautiful or whatever the case may be. And people just follow along that.
You know how long they demonize having a big booty? Being shapely. They demonized that for decades. This is what I'm saying. People act like Esau ain't done nothing.
Pink moss or some shit.
People act like Esau didn't do nothing, man. Esau, you've done a lot, man. You've done too much. And now we gotta show our people actually know, man, the box that Esau put us in, we don't belong there. We're the Israelites, therefore we have a high potential for everything. We're beautiful, we're intelligent, we're all these things, but you gotta respect Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You need to put in the work. And nothing got handed to you. You gotta study. You gotta do the thing. But if we do what we're meant to be doing, the sky's the limit.
That's right.
It's lucky. Can I make a quick point on your previous scripture right there? Because he said the Egyptians thought they would do wisely with us, right? And this just proves you, man, that the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, right? Because they thought they would do wickedness against us, man. They only turned that back on their own head, right? So this is Sirach chapter 19, verse 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Neither any time the counsel of sinners prudent. And that was a counsel of sinners, man. And they got fucked up because of that.
The crack epidemic. They put it on Jake to destroy our families, mash up the family structure, the jail system that they put in. So much things they've done against our people, man. And again, the hip hop was one of the biggest. Tupac, agent, all these agents, man. They just get in, and then now coming down to the sexy red. You know, and you see a lot of people that's not in that deep ghetto, like, this is bullshit. Why is this even being promoted? The bitch ain't even, she's not even selling out of concerts. No one's buying her tickets. But she's just being pushed in the because the adults don't like her. But they're pushing them on the youth because they know the youth are dumb and then the youth are gonna take hold of that. How's she not selling? She ain't selling no albums, ain't selling no concerts, but songs getting rotation. Because it's set up, man.
Even with like the way that they put these party holidays to like the West Coast and that, all the average jakes that don't get airtime are all complaining about it. Like in Ghana, people complain about when they do those December holidays and you get like Americans and that flying over there because they stress the culture and fucks the country up.
They're going over there to do their
locals complain about it. But they ain't giving them no airtime, bro. Like, so it's making you think everyone's welcoming that tourism. Like,
hedonism, man. And then you got them channels that they got them jakes set up like Zeus. In America, they make them baddie shows. I don't know if you've seen them baddie shows and the baddie thing. Well, that's some of the most degenerate shit I've ever seen in my life, yeah? Why did someone decide to make that into a TV program for Jake to consume? That's an agenda, man. That's destroying. You don't put the baddies? What's a baddie? Just the belligerent, toxic ghetto female, and that's what man's proliferating and making a TV show. Now they got baddies, Jamaica, Caribbean as well. Wow. And that's an agenda. That's oppressive, man. And then so when that gets out there and all these young girls start copying that, Esau could turn around and say, "But this is what black people are like. Look, look." No, bro.
This is Proverbs 12 and 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
And all them jakes that they got trying to front, I noticed that one of the owners for the zoo, I think is a so-called black man. Yeah, you see what I mean? They get Jake to sell out, and you're destroying your own people, man. Just like BET was destroying Jake, man. Baddies. What is use as a baddie?
That's some of the worst stuff.
How are you going to get edification from that?
And all they doing there is
Fighting.
What the hell's going on, man? Why is this on TV? Oh, man. Zeus Network, and I think there's another one as well. Just demon shit, man.
On the Squid Game, bro.
Yeah, that is, to be fair.
So that's a place for them.
If they do that, then I'll watch it.
But that's why someone gets Psalms 144. That's why the scripture says we need to be, it's not enough. We need to be delivered out of the hand of Esau. Esau's got too much influence, too much power. But you see, the elect are going to be delivered, man. That's why, really the elect is a miracle. Because in Esau's world, the election exists.
How do we get out of the system?
Because Esau's system's designed to just have you messed up.
It's like we were talking about, you probably talking about earlier, this place is a snare, right? It's all to trap us in destructive vices. So it's a miracle that, brothers are able to wake up and get out, spiritually, mentally, because we're still stuck here, but we don't have to participate in this culture, this rat race that Esau got everybody running.
Your mind is free. Because being a Negro is holding you back, man, from seeking towards that path towards perfection that we talked about. See, this world, like you want to be equal to Esau, but that's still keeping your standards low. This truth makes you realize that Yahweh Shai is the standard, and now you start looking in hope towards that standard. This world wants you to have low standards for yourself and for the way you operate.
It's an inhibitor, to inhibit you.
What my man say? I ain't shit. You ain't shit. What is it? You ain't never gonna be shit. And all this shit.
I ain't shit. Your uncle ain't shit. Ain't nobody shit.
This is Psalms 144 and verse 11. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is the right hand of falsehood.
Yeah, that's Esau. We were brought into Esau's hand, and like we said, straight away, pumping us full of madness. Oh, you got no history. Oh, you're just monkeys. You're brute beasts. But at the same time, we're not allowing you to write and read. Well, we're so dumb, then why are you not allowing us to write and read? No, because we need to keep you dumb for a certain amount of time to ingrain this white supremacy into you.
That's like when they have animals in the zoo and they're just constantly trying to break them.
Yeah.
You've got them chains around them.
You're ugly. You're ugly.
Butt breaking.
That man try to say we're ugly, man. We're not. You're ugly. Listen. First of all, yeah, this is the reality. Yeah, most of those white celebrities don't look like that. Yeah, in real life.
No.
Hell no.
Surgery.
Secondly, they ain't really got nobody to speak of. They might have a pretty face, but this is nobody. It's done out here. Thirdly, the higher you go up in East society, the uglier they are. Listen, this is a fact. Go to flipping Ascot, yeah? When they're on the races, yeah? Them Edomites are ugly, man. Camilla Parker Bowles ugly, man. Most of these Edomites are not good looking at all. They've got crooked ass teeth. And I'm talking about the ones that got money. Just look at the royal family. There's some ugly motherfuckers, man. Prince Charles, are you for real? He ugly, his mother was ugly, everyone ugly. These are just the ugly people. Most of the British aristocracy is ugly as hell.
Darth Siddious offspring.
What are we doing here? What are we talking about here? Then they try to say we're ugly people. No, you're ugly, man.
That's right. Precept.
You smell like dog when it gets wet. Your hair is weak. See, there's one thing to have a lot of hair. What people don't realize is, again, when you're watching these Edomites have to do a lot to their hair to make it fall. When they don't have all them products, that's where you get Sarah down the way. Sarah down the way don't have that full hair you see in Hollywood. She got that stringy, doggy hair. Because their hair is real thin and weak. They don't have the hair like Gad. That thick hair, or the Latinos got that thick dong hair. They ain't, man. They have to get all the Maybelline and the L'Oreal and spray it up a billion times, and then they even put extensions. What people don't realize, they got extensions to make their hair look fuller, because the hair ain't full, it's stringy. That shit Hollywood ain't real.
What was the law in Leviticus saying if there be in a yellow thin hair?
Yeah, the blonde hair is the worst. It's the worst of all the hair, man. People don't realize that, man. Because of all the lies they told, oh, you black people are ugly. You look like apes. No, we don't. We don't look like apes at all. Now they're saying Method Man. They say Method Man is the most good-looking man in America.
They've been saying that since for a while. They always said he was like cutie.
See how everything's going full circle? Now look at Brad Pitt. He done out here, man. Oh, that's another thing. That man aged like milk. All the white girls that I went to school with now look 58. All of them, without fail. I see them on. I'm like, oh shit. Man dodged the bullet on that one, man. You know what I mean? They look old. Most of Slovakia, man.
Done now.
I've worked around. You know when you're in London, sometimes you think it's their grandparents that's got them out there. Bro, I'm not even fucking joking. Sometimes, yeah, you see like a Edomite couple with a child that's about 3, and you think it's the grandparents. That's not his grandmother. That's his mother. And you're like, Ross. Because it's like, when you see them, they don't look old enough that they've had a 3-year-old. This is the reality, man, that they don't really want to tell the truth about.
It's like I didn't realize because I was watching, what do you call it, documentaries on it. But that hoe that they're parading at the minute, the blue. Bonnie Blue.
She's only 24.
Yeah,
She's only 24.
She looks like
She's another little buzz. She's just Sarah from down the road, man.
She's a blue-eyed devil, man.
But they're promoting her. She's trying to say she had sex with 1,000 men in 12 hours. That's a lie. It's all promotion. It's all. But the algorithm is making the rounds. You know how the thing goes.
Precept. Psalms 139:14. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well.
The only issue with Jake is Jake obviously got that diet issue. But there's a reason. But there's a reason why Jake. Most of the obesity and all that just comes from Jake sad as fuck, man. And they're eating themselves into oblivion.
Again, also because of the chemicals that he's
and then where are they really doing that? In America. In America, so it's not inherent. It's a culture.
And also he was talking about the food, and that's what Ezekiel 4:13, eat the foul bread amongst the heathen. I remember the elder Ayathan did a video a couple of weeks ago, and it was basically saying that now that American diet's been exported throughout the world, nations that never had issues with diet are now starting to have issues with diet. And
the UK.
UK,
The UK's got getting more and more problem with obesity and obese children.
I was watching something in the morning, and it was just like some dietitian or teacher or whatever, and he was basically saying he went to, I mean, he said he went to Japan, and he basically was seeing how the children, they asked, oh, what's your favorite food? The children were saying broccoli, saying fish, and stuff like that. And then these times they showed them the lunch from the UK, and there was no salad in the lunch, the school dinners. There was no vegetables in the school dinners. Like
Terrible, man. Slave food, man.
slave food.
Shit. Americanization.
You see the Japanese?
Yep.
Yeah, them Ammonites, they got a saying in, because I was watching one of them documentaries on Netflix about the blue zones over in Okinawa. They said that they have a saying, hara hashibu, when they eat, which is like kind of like the Spartans. They use basically means 8 out of 10, meaning they only eat till they're like 80% full. You know, like you know the American diet, it's just like supersized meal. You just eat. You eat, you vomit, and then you eat again. They go overboard. Like.
Really, what you're seeing is food becoming a vice. Really, that's really what it comes down to, because that's why America has a problem with vices. It has a problem with addiction because it's the dopamine. Because people, it's comfort food. But why are you? If your life was fulfilled and you had joy within yourself, you wouldn't eat like that. Or you wouldn't take the drugs, you know?
They're in the wicked and war, people in mourning.
Yeah.
You know, and people are they're just mourning, man.
They're eating themselves into oblivion, man.
Hey, and even on the point of food, right? They've actually got research on high fructose corn syrup, right? And
Hey, we got Shakar started now.
you know, because I've been researching this stuff.
He's the resident herbalist, agriculturalist.
So, high fructose corn syrup that's like made in labs, right, is 100 times stronger than high fructose corn syrup that fructose, like that's like
100 times.
Yeah, it's 100 times stronger, and they found that in research, if you take it, it actually takes away the feeling of you even feeling full. So it makes you want to keep eating and eating, and on top of that, they found that it's linked to fucking rage. So remember how apostles always say,
Crazy shit.
like how you have
I didn't even
Eve,
say
Fights outside the
yeah,
Bible.
like,
rage.
have you ever seen how like Eve that's out of shape and shit? She's like, no man, you say the food's finished, buy the burgers, because it's in the chemicals. They be jumping over the counters.
Bro.
Serving the old food.
Bro, you had
you had a chick stab a guy the other day over sauce, bro. Over hot sauce or whatever it was in America.
You want what you eat.
You are what you eat.
You know what I'm saying? You want what you eat.
So that's
Fighting
yeah.
over
So
the
like,
last sandwich.
even this past week, man.
He's so the devil.
He's the devil, bro. Well, even this past week, that food diet got banned. Yeah, that red number 3. That's an insult. You know why? Because there's so many other food dyes.
Yeah.
There's non-stick pans. There's so much other shit in food that you've destroyed already. But then he's trying to say, oh yeah, we banned one dye. You're a devil, bro.
Yeah, man. Jake is. That's why the scripture said we gotta be delivered. Who had it? Psalms 144. We gotta be delivered out of the hand of. You got that 144?
Yeah,
Let's
we
read
did,
it.
yeah.
You gotta deliver out the hand of strange, because we're being attacked on so many levels, man.
Come on, man. This life has been
The
weaponized.
TV.
Weaponized, boy.
How you gonna weaponize life? Like, this man's got a goal, bro.
We're in the wrong environment, man.
Psalms 144 and verse 11. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood.
It's all lies, man. So every time they're meant to be taking care of us and they're providing and all that, when they're really destroying our people, man. They're really destroying our people, mind, body, and soul, man. But then they turn around and you see them on Twitter all trying to point the finger, and that's why the Lord's gonna deal with you. The Lord's gonna deal with you, Edomites, man. Because you did our people dirty, man. You did our people dirty. So we're gonna do you dirty, man, when we get you in the kingdom, man. 100%, man. This is sad, man. Down to the food man's eating is giving man rage.
The airman's breathing.
That's an ex-hangry, bro.
I mean,
Yeah, the purest liquid water. There's chemicals in it. Forever chemicals.
yeah.
Fluoride.
That's what that's today. So it's crazy.
They show you in that movie, they cloned Tyrone.
Yeah, yeah. And the chicken in it.
The chicken and all that.
Yeah, man's gone crazy.
Well, so
No, go.
you know, there was a headline. I'll just read the headline on. It's based on what we're talking. But it's from BBC Science Focus magazine. It says how small changes to prison food drastically cut inmate violence.
Raging. I was getting shanked up because, you know, of that sweat.
Unquenchable rage.
It's an unquenchable rage.
Look at that.
That's why they made that movie. Remember that movie with Jason Statham, The Crank?
Oh, yeah,
He goes
High
crazy on
voltage.
it. He fucked up his heart.
Yeah.
ADHD, and ain't that all the things that they say that them young niggas got?
Yeah, they all got that now.
No, but we just like that. You know? We just like that. Because we're black.
I mean, you seen the food in Babylon, man? It's like what?
Super sad.
Lime green, blue. You're like, where you get that from?
Yeah.
Diets,
Glow
man.
in the dark food.
Glow in the dark food.
This is Habakkuk 2 and 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look upon their nakedness. So, yeah, man. Basically, this man ultimately knows what he's doing to our people and is trying to worsen the mental and spiritual state of our people, then trying to shift that blame onto us, like ultimately, like he had no involvement in fucking up our
Yeah, so you intoxicating your neighbor. You know, drink this, nigga. You know what I mean? You see him stumbling all over the place. Look at him, look. Look at him.
That's exactly what
That's
they're
exactly
doing.
what's going on.
That's exactly what they're doing.
You just there looking crazy.
400 years of oppression and destroying us.
and he's like, oh,
And then turn
turn
around.
yeah, man.
That's exactly what Esau's doing, and that's why you see it, and you just like, yo, you Edomites are pieces of shit, because they act like they got no hand in it. Same thing when they look at these other countries. Oh, they look at them, and you're like, bro, you acting like you don't have a hand in that. You really gonna pretend that you're not part of that problem, as if they're just like that, like you ain't got nothing to do with it. You was just standing over here by yourself,
like,
and it was cool.
come on, man. Nah, come on, you were involved.
That's why we got to be delivered, man. We got delivered from his hand. And that's one of the reasons that we're going to be delivered. Because under this man's power and authority, he can continue to commit evil against us.
Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You know? Hey, so those days shall be shortened, man, for the elect's sake. Because you leave it to this man, he will destroy everything, including himself. Right? I mean, he done fucked up the air. Like you mentioned, non-stick frying pans, forever. I mean, the list goes on and on. We're just dying every day. You know what I'm saying? Then he's intoxicating you with his fucking wine. You know what I'm saying? It's we're to blame, but he's set up a society or civilization for us to fall, to fail at every turn. It's fucked up, man. Like the elder said, he's gonna pay for that.
He has to pay.
Yeah, he's got to pay, and he will pay, and that's why we ain't gonna show him no mercy, because that's a perpetual hatred that he's showing. There ain't no. At what point have you ever seen he's so nah, enough's enough? He ain't never doing that. So when the kingdom come now and it flip reverse, we ain't gonna show him no mercy. That's right. Ain't gonna be no Jake. Nah, stop. Go. You know what I'm saying?
Esau can't go to sleep unless he's doing wickedness, man.
Right.
Just to say we're going to meditate terror.
Yes.
So we'll be thinking about it, man.
Be like, God wills it.
That's right. But what is it? It must be.
Yeah, because there's more that's happened than we even know.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, there's more that's happened in terms of agents and all these things that Esau's done, and you know, poisonings and you know, serial killings and all these things that Esau's done a lot.
Energy waves.
He's done a lot, to our people, man. The experiments in the medical industry. Even now, brothers was talking about in the main camp. Brothers was talking about even down to childbirth and how they deal with the so-called black women in the in the thing, and they want to separate the man from the woman so they can get at the woman.
Yeah.
And they want the woman to either abortions or mess up the childbirth that actually damages you for the rest of your life. So not getting no breast milk or being induced and cesareans and all these different things, man. Esau's be doing, man.
He enforces that.
Yeah, it was a black woman that got sepsis when she gave birth.
Oh, yeah,
They cut
she-
her limbs off. All her limbs are fucked.
Listen,
And I know that inducing thing is something that they always try and push the mother to do, right? But it never ends well.
Bro,
It always puts the woman through massive amounts of trauma and pain, and you know that can also lead towards post-traumatic postpartum too, because of the trauma you've gone through just to give birth.
Blame on the child.
and blame it.
Yeah, because I've seen it, because it's a madness, man.
Bro,
Yeah, man.
when my daughter was being born, that's the same thing.
Oh yeah, I remember. They tried. I mean, we was talking about it. Yeah, because
They tried to induce it.
they try and put pressure on you. Oh, it's meant to have been here, and it's late. It's like, yo, just wait.
And it was painful. Like, seeing her, like, for like 3 days for hell.
Bro, it puts you because you're trying to force your body to do what it wasn't ready for. And then you're in labor before you're meant to be in labor, and it's painful shit.
And then after all of that pain, they're like, you know what? It's try, it's not work. Let's cut it open. And they actually give you a paper. When she's on the table about to get the C-section, they just stick a paper in her face and tell her, do you consent? And that's it.
But in no other situation are you allowed to sign a contract like that. They always say, was he of sound mind? Or duress,
Yeah, they put pressure on, and they just the same thing they do with the V's. The V's, they put pressure. Oh, if you don't take this, then something's gonna happen to them. You know what I'm saying? And then so they put these women under pressure. That's another way they mess you up. So now you're gonna get all these damn chemicals in your body. Then they are against the breastfeeding.
And
Which
they
you
know
need.
that's like the baseline of your
The main thing a mother's supposed to do is breastfeed.
So they don't, they're man an idiot, man. They've violated everything, man.
Positions of no
They
value.
destroyed it, like, on purpose, man. It's not that they don't have the knowledge. They have the knowledge, but they purposely want to do that.
for financial gain. Because wasn't it also in like Brazil, where there was like an unusually high rate of C-sections or something like that?
Well, that's the incentive for the doctors, but from the higher ups, it's destroyed the connection of the people. Because the baby needs that connection with the mother, man. Even down to the touch that you get after, the bonding. Nah, this man is the devil, man. He got to go. He got to go.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. So this devil, he be working evil upon his bed, man. You know, he's just, like we read earlier, he's just fitted to do evil. He can't do good. So he's always thinking of these evil schemes, ways to fuck you up, to fuck up the food, to fuck up the connection between man and woman. Everything he does is a negative effect on you and humanity in general, man. So he's got to pay for all of these things.
That's right, man.
The scripture says they're forgers of lies.
That's it.
Physicians of no value, man. That's why you're not supposed to trust these devils, man. Especially in them hospitals, man.
He still don't know what the fuck he's doing or what life's about. You know what I mean? He just hates to destroy things.
He's here to destroy it, bro.
Up as he goes.
Well, no, he knows he's doing wrong. He knows he's just here to destroy things, man. He ain't here to do nothing the right way.
That's it.
You know? And this is why you can't listen to him.
So like you have like women, let's say they'll have like heavy periods or something. So what do they tell the girl to do? Oh, just go on birth control. To stop the heavy periods. But these signs, these are things that if you just change your diet, you do certain things, will help regulate it. But then, now it's coming to find out that being on birth control for women, which is obvious. If you're a teenager.
16, they're putting you on it, and then permanently damaging the cycle. Then when it comes to having kids, and the thing is as well, is like that's just maintaining your general body balance anyway. So you're meant to, like, if you're getting heavy periods, there's an aspect that needs to be addressed. It's the same for like men. You're not just gonna start like growing breasts or something unless there's a huge imbalance.
Even to this day, they brought all the information they brought out about the V shots and all that. And you still got these hospitals with fucking outline portal giving people's V shots and all that. telling people come get your V shots. After all the information's come out about that poison, man. So it's like this devil was just sick, man.
There's a period, that's a purification for the woman to cleanse her blood. So you're dealing with a woman now, just some dirty blooded woman. She ain't had no
Some rotten egg.
How does that affect her mentally?
Well, she shows it is the thing, slut, but it's they found that women are attractive to different men, as in like what they find attractive changes throughout a cycle, right? And the thing they will say when basically the pill, whatever, it keeps them in this part of their cycle where they like more weak men, right? Which that also makes me think, Ross, so when they then get married and they want to start having children, then they're off and they're now looking at this guy like, why am I with you?
Fucks up their mentality and all.
Well, you know, that might be leading to the poor decision making, isn't it? You know, in their partners and shit. So.
A quick one. That's it, exactly. Matthew 24 and 22. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
That brother Cowboy mentioned, you know, Esau is left in power, he will destroy everything, man.
Yeah.
You know, and this is why you can see the writings on the wall. You know, he's trying to cover things up like, oh, we're just, you know, we're progressing to the future. We're doing great things. Sound like a Trump you know, oration. But you know, he makes it sound like we're going to be doing great things soon. But everything is dying. Everything is on death's door. You know, everything's being destroyed, man. You know, disease, everything that shouldn't be up in terms of statistics is up.
Yeah. And it's all like, they always say it's like, oh, it's human action is what's impacting these things. So they talk about the oceans, the air, the all these different parts of society. They're saying it's like, oh, human action is what's fucked up. So basically Esau's rule. And then it's like, you look at it and it's like, you think, yo, how is this gonna last? Like, why is it that the water's all fucked up?
They said they put humanity in a basket. Yeah, it's humans are doing this.
Exactly.
But they set the trends.
Yeah.
They're the ones that give you the things that you using them every day and all that kind of stuff. It's not the average guy doing anything. You can only consume what you give us. You know, and Esau is the top, giving to everybody. He's the one that destroys the earth. And that's why the Most High going to destroy him. You know?
I got one. Come on, Revelation. Oh, you have one up?
Yeah, just a quick one. Amos 1 and 11 says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Yeah. So he kept that for all time. It's not something that there was no point at which he was ever satisfied with what he achieved. And you can really see. Like, you think about what was done through the transatlantic slave trade, then they always say, like, oh no, we ended the slave trade. But then how did they deal with Jake after? There's a whole different set of ways of getting fucked over after.
Yeah.
And the line just continues till today. You've still got people today talking about, like, oh, the things that happened to them like a week ago, where they're like, oh, the system fucking us over. That hatred is core to how how Esau deals with Jacob. That's just the nature of the relationship.
You still got Jakes down south in America getting lynched, man. Slavery ain't over for them.
Yeah.
Still got Jakes out there getting railroaded by Esau, man.
And we're still at the bottom.
Still at the bottom, man.
That's the, you know.
No, but that's your fault.
We ain't trying to be citizens. We're trying to get our inheritance back. That's what I'm saying.
They say Esau blame us for that. Look at all the fucking hurdles and handicaps you're playing around with, man. Trying to make sure we don't get there. You know?
One guy said you're putting us on the monopoly board, and you've had like you've already been around
hotels and
times. Now we're on the board. Okay,
Yeah.
it's fair game.
Play.
Yeah, but he's got hotels on every apartment.
And he owned the bank.
And the jail as well, bro. And the jail as well. He owns the jail as well. No, Jake's only place Jake's going on that monopoly was the jail. So
I go past go,
to
you get
jail.
the 200 when you pass go and then get taxed.
Go around and do it aimlessly.
Income tax 200. Yeah.
That Monopoly game, yeah, that Monopoly game's that Monopoly game's a scam, man, because it just shows you that Esau scammed the whole system, bro. He owns everything on the block. Anywhere you go, Esau owns that. No, you can't put your house there. I own that. You can't buy that land there. I own that. He's got all the he owns everything.
Your human resources. And in this society, Jake is a human resource, which is what a slave is. You're not an owner in society.
You own shit.
You know, even if you get yourself a little business, your business isn't significant. Do you know what I'm saying? Esau's the one that still owns and controls the society. And case on point, the Agenda 2030 ain't your idea, Jake. Jake didn't come up with Agenda 2030, but it's happening though. Because the one who actually has the power, they can come together, come up with a policy and an agenda and actually push it in the world. Jake don't have that power. There ain't no Jakes that got the power to come together and push a policy, and it don't matter what anyone else says. Esau can, it don't matter what you got to say about Agenda 20. It don't matter what no one has to say. Once a man comes
I didn't even know it existed until you said it.
They'll push it. Smart City Initiative. They'll push it in the city. You ain't got nothing to say about it. Let you have come up with a Smart City Initiative and see if you could have got that set up in the city. Hell no. No, man. Get out of here with that, man.
Bro, you be in jail, bro.
You ain't got the power or the will. So that shows you Jake in no different position than when they were in slavery, because anything that happens, ultimately Esau Edom is the one that has to rubber stamp it.
Didn't Akon want to set up cities in fucking West Africa somewhere?
Akon City.
Still trying to set up Akon City. Where's it at? Esau ain't letting that shit happen.
Oh man.
Esau say, yeah, smart city, we're gonna blow this shit up and build smart cities in the next 2 years. It's already under works.
Yeah, because he'll basically give himself subsidies to achieve these goals.
Or just burn the whole city down.
Taxpayer money.
Now they might say, oh, but look, you got a black person in the government. Yeah, and he has to toe the line. He has to toe the line, because if he does anything other than what he's told to do, he's gonna be out.
Replaced with the next black.
He's just a token. Jake can only get anywhere in the system as long as you serve the system. If you serve the system, you're serving the owners of the system. The owners of the system ain't Jake. So no matter which way you slice it, we're still in slavery. Remember, even Daniel was a president in Babylon. He was still in slavery. They just used him. Remember, they took the chief men of Israel and used them as what? Human resources to serve their kingdom. So it's the same thing today. You're going to get Jake, they might get in a certain position, you might get a certain job. That doesn't mean nothing. Jake had jobs in slavery. What do you think slavery is? You had Jake that had specialized jobs in slavery. So you might have a Jake who was a good carpenter. He could go work for another plantation and actually get paid, but a portion of his pay was due to his slave master. That's called a fucking tax. You still live under that. You just now, instead of going to another plantation, you go to your employer. And then a portion of what you work for, it goes to your owner, which is the United States government or the British government. Because when you really break it down, you're owned by the state. And the state is basically pimping you out to work, to businesses. That's why the business has to follow what? Employment law, which is instituted by who? The state.
Yeah, even the business law.
They have to go based upon what their state allows you to do with them. You're borrowing this slave. That's why you have to have your national insurance number, your social security
You must take care of our slave.
It's all contracts.
You have to give him certain breaks and holidays.
that goes back to it. But then who owns the state? Who owns the state? The state is owned by the elites.
Even the business got to pay tax to employees as well. They got to pay their own.
Because he owns them too. So you get your own business, you still. So really it comes down to who owns the state. And what you find out is that there are people that own the state. They own the mechanism of the state. They're the controllers of societies. They're above the law and above the state. If they want a law to be passed, it will be passed in their favor. If they want that law to be taken away, it'll be taken away. You don't have that power. Jake don't have. How do we know Jake don't got that power? Because you wouldn't be crying if you had the power to change laws.
We'd be legal.
Them reparations will come real quick if you had the power to enact your own laws. Because that's the first law, Jake. Hey, okay, we want reparations. How many presidents has there been? Ain't one president give you no reparations. And you've been voting.
Not even like a payment. Not even like a payment plan. You get a little bit here.
Oh yeah, they'll give you some welfare. Right, because welfare is nothing. That's peanuts. They give you the welfare, they know they get that money back because the money goes from food stamps. Well, where'd you spend the food stamp money? At Walmart. Sweet, go right back to man.
Right. And not only that, you might get some, some government handouts, and you still got to pay tax on what you buy. So even that.
Well, you know, I didn't even know you get taxed on your pension, you know that?
Bro, that's fuck. Them man already robbing you blind by that shit. Trust me.
You used to control the value of your money through the central banks as well. So you can work for money, but it might be worth the same in a couple of years.
Let's finish up with these scriptures and we're going to
I got a precept. This is right. I'm gonna get the Baruch one first. Baruch chapter 3 verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach, and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers which have departed from the Lord, Yahweh our power.
No matter which way you slice it, we're under the menace of Esau. What does menace mean? Esau always has the threat of violence above our heads. Yeah? We don't have no defense. So just like Jake in America, right? You have always been under the threat of violence from Esau because he has a superior military power. Yeah, we're gonna close up on it. Why? What?
No, I was talking to that.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah. So he has the power above you. That's why you gotta go out here and beg. Oh, please. You know, you get the little placards. Oh, please. If you had the power, you wouldn't be begging. If Jake had the power, they would not be begging. You would go out there and say, do this. And it's going to get done. You wouldn't go out there with a placard and say, no justice, no peace. You're protesting because you don't have the power to make someone do what you want. So you have to ask them, and if they feel like it, they'll do what you say. If they don't feel like it, so you're not free. As long as someone has the power over you of might, you're not free. As a nation, the reason why a nation's not free when they're dealing with America is because America can always just say, you know what, man, we're just going to bomb the shit out of you. Then you're going to do what they say, right? So how are you free? You're getting bullied.
Like, even in Venezuela, they put a hit out on my man. He put 25 million bounty on their rightful president's head, and he can't do nothing
So
about it.
Jake, you ain't never had the power to be free. In order to be a free man, you have to have power to say no. You have to have power to tell a man, to back a man up. You have to have a power to take justice for yourself. A free man can take justice for himself. If a man violate a free man, that free man can go back and violate him. When Esau violates you, you're asking Esau to, please, can you make it right? Please, Esau, can I get some justice? A free man don't ask for justice. A free man will take justice. A free man will take revenge because he's free. He's free of the consequences of his actions. He's going to do it.
It's like my man Maximus Decimus, man. Like, I will have my vengeance. I will take my vengeance. This time or another.
This life or the next.
Esau's a sovereign.
I will not be denied my vengeance.
Listen, if you fuck with Esau,
Saints shall
Esau
take
gonna
the
get at
kingdom,
you, and he ain't gonna ask you.
You're gonna do it.
He ain't gonna ask you.
Oh, we
You
came.
have the example.
Exactly. They went after Bin Laden, didn't they? Oh, Banana, can you turn yourself in? Please. No, they said, fuck that. Send the man them through and we don't care what they got to say. That's how you know you're free. Now, at what point did Jake have that power in America? No point. That's why you had the whole civil rights movement. You made sure you had to go non-violent. You know why? Because you couldn't go that
Yeah.
Man's out there getting water hosed. How are you free?
Even with the Tulsa,
Tulsa,
Oklahoma, I know that the Black Wall Street. Like Apostle all the time, I said the only thing Jake didn't have was a standing army.
Yeah, you ain't got
You
no
have to
standing
protect
army.
shit.
What you got?
Banks,
But then you had the example of our forefather, Abraham. He had a standing army.
Yeah.
Lot was gone.
And when man talk about he went to rise up the whole thing. Rise up everything. That's a free man right there. You ain't no, you ain't free in America. How are you free? You hoping that Esau pass a law in your favor. You're hoping. You're praying that things get better. You're hoping, oh please, can you do something for me? A free man that has got sovereignty ain't hoping for nothing, man. He gonna go do it. So you ain't free in America, man. You at the mercy of the elites, the Edomite elites in America, man. That's why you're still complaining about racism. If you were really free and really could stand on your own 2 feet, you wouldn't complain about racism. You fix it. A man violate, and he's gonna get dealt with until the point where they wouldn't want to be racist no more because they know the consequences is gonna be dire from you. But they're not worried about you. Even the Edomite now ain't worried about what Jake gonna do. They're worried about getting cancelled by other Edomites. Getting fired by their job, who's an Edomite. You yourself, you're not an issue. If Esau wanted to go full racist again, what the fuck would niggas do about it? If Esau wanted to come on the TV and say nigga, what would the average Jake be able? What would you do about it?
They'll protest, and that's about it.
You're still gonna buy your Jordans.
They'll protest, and that's about it.
What are they gonna do?
And then, even if they protest, Esau will pay for the protest like a George Soros or something.
We know you're not gonna be on
pay for them to
smoke
protest.
because George Zimmerman's still walking around.
Yeah.
We know Jake ain't really on smoke like that because Zimmerman's still doing his thing.
You know, that's why we need the Lord to raise up Judah, man.
Hey, they beat up 6ix9ine.
So we're waiting for.
They beat up 6ix9ine. Ain't nobody touched George Zimmerman.
Yeah, innit? They beat him up in the gym, innit? Yeah, he got bloodied out.
Jake ain't free, man. Jake ain't free at all. You're still under the thumb of Esau, and Esau knows it, man.
I heard that American saying, it says land of the free. It's supposed to be land of the Freemasons, and homes of the slaves. That's what that whole terminology is. The ones that brought the founding forefathers of Freemasons. It's really that land of the free shit. It's not talking about being actual free.
You ain't got nothing of your own. You don't hold no cards in America. You don't hold a card. There's nothing. You don't have no leverage.
Bargaining chips.
I appreciate.
At all. What leverage do you have against a so-called white man? They could get rid of you and bring someone else into work. It don't mean nothing to them. You got no leverage. Like Esau's got leverage because he's got the military, he's got all the corporations, he's got everything that you need, all them high fructose. He's making the high fructose.
You know, I had a
The raised juice.
For real.
I had a colleague just recently tell me, I got power in this company because of the skills that I've got. I said to him, bro, you ain't got no fucking power. I said they can train up some other dummy quick and replace you quick time.
AI.
You put a robot in there, you put a straight robot in there, and that's it. Where's the power now?
That's it.
I got power. You ain't got no power.
Jake ain't nowhere.
Come on, man.
Jake ain't got no world power.
I appreciate that. This is Deuteronomy, the 28, verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. So that's our current, condition, man. Just being totally beat down, man, and crushed. So that's what you tried. Exactly, and so that's why, man, it's a spiritual fight, because carnal ways, man, you can't even try
There's
against
no victory over Esau on a carnal situation. And this is why I fight has to be spiritual. It can't be no other way. It can't be any other way, man. There's no other way of winning. We need a greater power. On earth, there's no greater power than Esau. But there does exist a greater power. It's Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai.
He's the source of that freedom.
That's
right. I've got precept. This is Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
And that's where we're gonna get true freedom. Because I'm trying to find a quote. There was a quote where it said something like, true freedom is having the power to do something about that which has been done unto you. And it hit hard. If the slaves were really free, they would have fucked up all them crackers. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. If someone violate you and you got real freedom, you're going to do something to them. If you got to be holding it back and you got a chip on your shoulder, then how are you free?
That's the thing with the whole emancipation, thing going on, right? There's already a system that to hold, black people in check. So they were taking power away from the south or whatever, and they were, rising and escaping and doing all these things, but they couldn't do nothing to Esau. You know, the government was like, that's not going to go down.
No,
You know,
they
Labour
weren't
come
getting no
forward,
revenge. They
that's
weren't
it.
no
You're
revenge. They
not
weren't no
allowed to.
justice.
You're not allowed
And they were racist up north. That's the worst thing about the whole thing. Like, they were racist up north. So to hell with this idea, man. We got to put ourselves back into the right mindset, man. Freedom for us represents revenge too, having the ability to bring justice against these other nations, man. And it's not just about the ability to work and get paid. That's not what it is. Because a slave was getting paid in food. Slaves can get paid too, you know.
Yeah, go on. What we talking about? Yeah, man. Let's carry it. Let's keep it. Everybody.
Okay, well, this is Acts chapter 5. Acts chapter 5 for verse. Let me start from 30. Yeah, 36. It says, "For before these days rose up Theodotus, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who were slaves. And all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing, and
So I think this scripture is rebelling against Roman system. So that's beautiful because spiritually we are against the Roman system because we're all these beast kingdoms and shit like that. Daniels and stuff like that, they're all against the Most High. So we're against them, but we're not physically, carnally against them because that's not spiritual. Why? Because the Most High put those kingdoms into power for His purpose, for His moving. So if you go against that, you're going against what's written. Because they've got a certain time they've got to be in power, and all of this. So actually going against them carnally to bring them down, let's do it tonight, is actually going against prophecy. You know, that's kind of heavy. So carry on with that, and then if you got any, there's one scripture that there's a scripture that talks about the Lord makes He controls the kingdom and shit. I can still carry on. I can know of it.
it says, and drew away much people after him, he also perished. And all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. And now I say unto you, refrain
Right,
from.
so you make the pact. You know, you pump people up. You got an idea. You know, you might have a motivational speaker. You know what I'm saying? But right, pump them up and shit. But then guess what? But if it's not in the spirit, then it, you know. But the craziest thing is the Lord set them up to do that as an example anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught.
Right, so now it's going to go into what won't come to naught, but we are keeping the foundation of the truth. The only thing that will stand is the truth. Any alternative type of movement or rebellion, or that if it's not backed with the spirit of the Lord, it ain't going to stand. And that's what's going to happen in the end, man. A lot of people out there watching, mocking, scoffing, or contemplating and things like of that nature. You're going to find out that the Lord, the word of the Lord stands firm, man. We're mouthpieces of the Most High. That's what it is. Let's carry on.
Yeah. It says, for if this counsel or this work come, it says, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of Yahweh, ye cannot overthrow it.
So now the Lord, there's something that, as we said, set up prophecy, and that's what. And you know what, man? That is what has made us set apart from the rest of the people. A scripture that proves that is that it says, "Then you shall know that a prophet has been among you," and stuff like that. And there's another one. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got, and I'm going to say this, you got people that are truthers, quote unquote, but they don't have the truth, they don't have the whole truth. We have the whole truth. I'll give you one example. Yahweh Shai is coming out of them UFOs. You ain't hearing them truthers talking about that. So when that happens now, then you know what I'm saying. Then you're gonna. That's the real truth. You know what I mean? The Lord and that's the real. Everything that He created this matrix or whatever you want to call it. Everyone's trying to work out what's going on in the matrix. The Most High created all this. The real true revealing, as it says. He says it in Thessalonians about the revealing is Yahweh Shai coming out of them ships, bro. What's up with it, man? Yeah, man.
Precept to talk, man. Jeremiah 3:15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're feeding you with knowledge, we're feeding you with understanding. But the main thing we're doing is bringing it back to the scriptures. That's the main thing. Because a lot of people ain't doing that. Like if you teach, if you're you know now, a lot of people know the elites want a new world order. So if you're pushing the doom and gloom, where's the solutions at? Because it ain't in homesteading. But you know what? We fuck with homesteading. There ain't nothing wrong. I fuck with homesteading. We fuck with homesteading. Who you saying that?
They still believe in America
Right.
some way, somehow.
Yeah, so a lot of y'all homesteaders in America, you're gonna get nuked. So you're really out the loop. Because you get a lot of elites or certain people that are in the States, they move out. They move from America, man. Certain people with money, they move to Europe and shit. Why? Because America is set for destruction and prophecy. You know? Alright, that's what we got. Let's
Yeah,
keep scripture.
because you mentioned about Yahweh Shai coming from the ships. So this is 1 Thessalonians 4, and let me start from 16. It says, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in
And
Yahweh
you know,
Shai."
the Lord, there's actually going to be a sound coming from the chariots. You know what I'm saying? There's actually going to become my people as well, which is amazing. The Lord can put something there, and it happens. And we was going into it last week. The reality of people, what people have thought was true. Now the spooky stuff and all the chariots is becoming mainstream. You see what I'm saying? That's amazing. And the apostles always said, because you had Jill Scott Heron, right? Remember Jill Scott Heron? He made a video called "The Revolution." He made a music shall not be televised. Now the apostles from Apostle Tahar said that the revolution is going to be televised.
Maybe I have to see.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He actually said it ain't going to be on NBC, whatever news networks you mentioned back then.
He's going to be on Elon, what's the satellite system called? Elon Musk, so you set a satellite in it. You think you're too old school, man. You don't want the satellites, man.
Right, but it's going to be on all of that. It's on the news. He said it ain't going to be on the news, but it is on the news. So he was a false prophet. He went up. Remember, man, you know, bro. We see his wife.
Yeah.
Well, that's what she said, yeah, right. And you know, kind of being, we should have just roasted her ass. But you could.
But she was cool.
She was.
That's
yeah,
why.
Right. Right.
Because I know she was cool with you. That's why I'm saying like she was
right.
probably. It wasn't like she was cool with me. She was cool with you. Like she was mad cool with you. You know.
That was in what, Brixton?
Brixton, yeah.
Niggas talking about. We've taught in Brixton. We taught in Tottenham. Yeah. We're in the UK, man. So you got to do the Benjamite stuff, right? Where else, man? We taught all over the place. Other parts of South.
Shepherd Bush.
Shepherd's Bush.
Enfield,
Enfield,
London Bridge.
Enfield, Stratford,
London Bridge.
Barking.
London Bridge.
Where you said?
London Bridge.
London Bridge.
London, oh yeah, all over central London, Trafalgar Square, Leicester Square, Piccadilly. Even Leicester Square, a lot of times we was there. And we had some dudes throw something out. A lot of things happened in Leicester Square. One faggot ass Jake pulled out his rod.
Oh yeah, I remember that day.
You remember that? He was
I
there.
was just walking and all of a sudden man turned right.
Yeah.
This guy's just dangling his rod, walking past bare people. I'm like,
The fuck is wrong with you, man?
fucking demon, I want to kill him, bro.
He actually walked up to the camp.
Yeah, bro.
Pissed off with us. And then he put his hands out like, come on.
Oh,
Basically
kill
saying,
that
like,
guy, bro.
and he pulled his face like a faggot, like,
Demon.
you know what I'm saying?
That's why they were put out, man.
You know, those people that live that lifestyle, that's why our Lord, they were put out. So even the brothers were saying at the other camp where they used to teach, how basically two of them lifestyles as other camp, London camp, they were out, where they used to teach. Basically, two Moses came in front of the camp, start lipsing in front of the camp. Huh?
Right. Crazy. So, well, let's read, because we know that this system represents how not to live on the earth in every way, morally, spiritually, the food. There's so much going on. So that's why, man, brothers have to stay strong and believe that, look, man, no matter what you're going through in this side, this ain't it. Come on, this can't be it. So the more you go in the truth, the more your faith builds up, and the more you're like, you know what, man, I ain't got, fuck this life, I ain't got shit. Basically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, come on, man. Go on, huh?
Sirach 39 and verse 1, that he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies.
The occupied in prophecies. That's our way out of this. And the Lord's made us visionaries. We can see stuff. We're the oracles in the matrix. We can see what's happening, and then it's happening. This stuff's happening. And another thing, in the UK, they're going to push that big brother spirit. That big brother spirit, that Orwellian shit. Matter of fact, one brother told me that there's a school in the UK called George Orwell's that a lot of these Tottenham cats were going to. I didn't know that, so how come you didn't tell me that before? All this time, you know what I'm saying? Isn't the school's called fucking George? Oh, you probably know, but I don't
even know that, bro.
You're
I
George.
know near the Doctons, they got a Steve Hawkins little school there.
Right.
But I didn't know they had a fucking George Orwell school. That's mad.
Probably in a different part of London, man.
It's in East London.
It's not far from. It's in North somewhere. It's just
North.
It's in the area. It's in the hood. And the niggas are going to this school called George Orwell.
I don't even know.
I did.
Mad. Eating spam for breakfast.
Right. So.
Islam. Oh, that's probably what Angel Islam. Yeah. That's like an Edomite area.
I think, apparently, when we talk about it after, apparently, I don't know, man. I'll just have to run and set it out. Jake's was going there. I don't know, but let's go, let's read this.
You spoke about the vision. This is Proverbs 29 and verse 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he.
And I was going to say this because the vision, the prophecy gives us hope. Right? Without it, we wouldn't have any hope. And that's why we're always looking towards the future. And this isn't it. This kingdom is not the future, man. This is going to be way back in the past when all this is done, all said and done. This place is going to be destroyed. We're looking for the kingdom of heaven. That's what's in front of us. That's what we're moving towards. You know?
Is interesting in this one. It says, when people do not accept divine guidance, they run wild. And the divine guidance has come through the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So when you don't accept that, you run wild. You don't know what the fuck is going on in the world, man.
That's that's self-explanatory, but that's amazing. So we've got divine guidance. That's even a video if you want. We've got divine guidance, and then we've got the scripture. You know what I mean? That's amazing. Because that links up with Ezekiel, how we're resurrected from the dead state. You know? Yeah, man. So that's amazing. It's amazing.
Basic one. 1 Samuel 9:9. Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of the Most High, thus he spake, come and let us go to the seer. For he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer.
Seer. You was talking that, bro?
Yeah, so what were they seeing? They saw the visions of the Heavenly Father. So that's why that goes part and parcel for a prophet being, the word prophet meaning to say before. For someone to say what's going to happen prior to it happening, they have to see it.
And how are they going to see it? Via the visions of the Heavenly Father.
It's his way of communicating.
That's it. And that's why, the apostles go into it. A prophet is a very precious thing, man. We already read about where there's no vision, the people fell, they run wild in the street, basically. So the prophet, even in a sense, supersedes the king. Because you had Elijah's a good example. When you had, was it Ahab and what's her name? Jezebel. Yeah. Like they were Ahab was the ruler of Syria, right? I believe he was the ruler of the north, because Elijah was in the north. You can check and look it up, but basically, his words were greater than their words.
I've got the priest to back you up on that. It's from Luke chapter 10, verse 23. And he turned unto his disciples and said privately, blessed are the eyes which see the things that ye see. Seers, right? They able to translate the things that were being given to them, So for I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see. So the ability that the Most High has given his prophets is above those of others, because they're not able to see the things that the disciples or the apostles in this case were able to see. So they're on a real high level, man. Because everybody they all want the knowledge and understanding and the power, but they didn't have it. The lame man, Peter, these men, they had the power. They were given it to given to them. It says, and have not seen them, and to those things which ye hear and have not heard them. Right?
That's why the egg's going to be on the people's face when all these, as it tells you in Jeremiah, the words of a prophet will be known, when these things basically come to pass. So a lot of people, they're going to find out, wait, these crazy people, these niggas, they've been saying the right thing. The guys that wear dresses and got crazy, they just don't look like normal members of society. They're all right. That's what it's gonna be. They're gonna be like, how did you know? How could you see that?
That's a gift from the Lord, faith.
Yeah.
It's a gift, and like we talked, it's the sight to see.
Yeah.
That's a gift. The eye salve.
Yeah.
So the Lord's actually giving us a gift. He's giving us a trump card over these people. He's giving us. We've got the up on them.
Yep.
Yeah, scriptures.
They're just earthlings.
Scriptures call it scriptures call it an unction, innit? Unction means an anointing.
That's cold, man.
So you've been anointed by the Lord, man.
The wise man
You know
saith
full
the
things,
evil.
yeah.
And hide it from the slow.
Unction.
Because even the Lord gave us the apostle power to be able to heal sins, bound people into their sins, power over spirits, and then he even said, rejoice not that the spirits listen to, basically obey your word, rejoice that your names are written in heaven.
Well, that's the next level, isn't it? That's the upgrade.
That's like the manifestation.
That's what's coming next, yeah.
Of all the things that we've been given. It's like you mentioned about how they've been mocking us all these time with garments now. That's Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, right? And we read that quick. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his neighbours. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and they shall be amazed at the strange of his salvation so far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves that this was he, who we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end be without honour. And that's how they afflicted us, man, all this whole time. But when the egg is on the face, when they realize that, come to that realization is that we fucked up, man. We actually wrong.
Even the whole thing that Jesus Christ is a so-called white man. They're gonna find out the whole reality is gonna be changed. I mean, that's amazing. That's crazy. Your whole reality, the people that you're looking at, y'all ain't shit. They're gonna get that. They're gonna get confounded, ashamed. What's that wisdom? Have we read that? Did someone get that wisdom of Solomon? 5:1.
Oh yeah, I just finished reading that.
Yeah, he wasn't. And then even in Wisdom of Solomon 2, that kind of goes into that as well.
Do you want to read it again?
Well, actually, Wisdom of Solomon 5, carry on reading.
Carry on reading,
There's
yeah.
more in that, actually.
Yeah, there's more. So going back to Wisdom of Solomon 5, I'm gonna start from 5 and 5, right? It says, how is he numbered among the children of God and he's not among the saints? Right? It says, though therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us.
The other day, got it. So Yahweh Shai is we're the real Illuminati. We're the real enlightened ones, and most people in this planet, if you think about it, they reject Yahweh Shai. A lot of people, and then you got people. Oh, I believe in Christ. Well, they got a false Messiah.
Yep.
You know the scriptures talks about that.
Idols. Yep.
The scriptures talks about that. Man, their God is they've got statues of this false God in this kingdom. So you know it ain't the true God, Messiah, because they've got Brazil underwater, Croatia. They've got these massive statues of the false Messiah. That proves that they ain't the guy. Come on, man. They built that. They set that up, man. It's a Greek statue. It looks like a Greek statue, man.
I was gonna say as well, it's you know, in regards to the vision, Esau's used like Hollywood really is that equivalent
Yeah, go ahead.
of it in this kind of society. Like for now, that's what everyone kind of looks to. That's why they
Yeah,
have.
it's a tool, major tool.
Because like even the White Christ, what they're talking about doing a sequel to the Passion of Christ. You go to the original, it's like what did you know who you call Jesus Christ look like? They made it look like a white boy, and that's like all kinds of like even with the chariots, that's something they're trying to control that vision by putting up their like ID for Independence Day or whatever.
Just a drone.
Yeah, so they can have some form of superiority. They're trying to prophesy through, you know, Hollywood, but then it's not the true vision, and that's why it's going to fail.
That proves that America is Babylon the Great. 100% that proves, because America, that's crazy, that's the carrying eggs. Come on, man, it's a spirit. What you guys tapping into this? That's crazy, man.
Yo, that's gonna be, you could be carried in.
We ain't never seen no carrying no. Carrying, why he's got a bag?
He's just going.
He's got eggs. You don't like that walk?
Yo, this man. He all the way from above.
It's like this. On the show. Man, that's the trip, that's the most high. That's the spirit, the Lord, the angels, come on, man. Y'all tripped out, man. Oh, man, that's a spooky. What was that, man?
Like a 6X.
After the banner eggs. I heard someone had a precept. Yeah, come on.
Isaiah chapter 60 verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So the Lord is gonna, you know. Matter of fact, the Lord's gonna beautify us, and even the deliverance. If you read Psalms, right, the scriptures tell you that the chariots actually that you got silver and gold. You know, they ain't just like some type of like, you know, like you look at the bottom of a car. You know what I'm saying? Nah. You know what I mean? The oil's leaking out at the bottom of the car. The car's old. The second hand, third hand, fourth hand, fifth hand. These chariots are made out of stuff metals, you know, superior, gold, silver, gemstones, and spiritual. That's why when you see him, it's like a shooting star. Could be a bright glowing orb and stuff, just things like that.
I saw one of them 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah, like golden, looked like a shooting star, and it's split into two. Wow. You know, just walking the dogs in the morning, bang, glittering like gold. You know? Yeah. Well, I got a precept. Psalm 68 and 13. Though ye have lying among the pots, yet shall ye be as the wings of a dove, covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold.
There you go. That's it right there. You know, and we came to Americas, stuff like that, in slavery, slave ships, right? But the way we're going to get taken out of it is with the glory. So when the slave ships, you know, there was shit and piss. Jakes were dying in them ships, getting thrown overboard, dying on each other and shit. It was crazy, inhumane, you know. Just watch them slave movies. You got Django in Chains. Is it Django? Well, you got Amistad. You got Goodbye Uncle Tom. You got Roots. There's more, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Right. So watch those films, man. Get in touch. Because they're actually trying to get rid of that spirit. The new age. You know? Like it didn't happen, or we talked about that. We keep talking about, but fuck it, we're gonna keep talking about it.
It's like they're trying to get rid of it in textbooks in America, isn't it? You know, and you know, back at school, man, they don't really go through nothing. They don't talk about it, but they don't really go through nothing. They don't really go into the nitty gritty shit that you be doing, man. But we know, we understand. This is why we need, you know, you need to be strong.
Yeah. So back to back, they was teaching that the Native Americans were extinct. They actually taught that. So that's why, like, when you watch Gadites and shit, they talk. They go, we're still here. Every time they ask them a question, they go, well, we just want to let you know that we're still here. They ain't bowing down, it's their land and all that. So, because that's what they taught. They taught the Arawaks were extinct. That's bullshit. There's all them Caribbean islands, you've got native communities in them islands. Different Caribbean communities. They'll say, I'm an island Indian, or they go by tiny, or they go by different. But you know what I'm saying? So you got native. Like, and if you're in that, you'll see Jake, so I'm Jamaican Indian. You got the Elam thing, but then you got the native thing going on. So
They just kind of pushed in corners.
yeah.
I don't see them.
Real quick, this is Genesis 49:19. This is God, the troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
And they're in that spirit. They're in that spirit which proves the prophecy is the truth, though, because all this American parties and fun that's happening, you still got people that you know, against that shit because it's stolen land. The land's filled with blood. The scripture says the land is built of blood, it shall go out like that. You know what you got? Let's read it.
Habakkuk chapter.
Man, are still protesting.
Yep.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 12. It says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establisheth a city by iniquity.
So that has to go. America has to go out, and it's just getting worse and worse. It's rotten. When you got people out save America, where's that in the Bible? Where's that in the Bible, man? The place is rotten. It was established after the hanging, lynching, and raping of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. And guess what? You can throw your Italians and Irish in that, because they were doing that too to Mexicans, Italians, and Irish. They was doing that. Y'all don't want to talk about that, but that's the truth. Like those those Jakes. They do it to Irish. Why did they do that? That goes back to like Oliver Cromwell and all that as well. Because it was shipping Irish to the Caribbean. Because they're Israelites.
No blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
Right. Check it out. This is real shit. And that's why even the island, they got rebels too. They don't want to be part of the British crown. Because you got the British Empire. And look at all the crimes they did.
And there's some kind of like, obviously, you know, you've got a lot of Israelites there in Ireland, but because I know during when Ireland, something like when Ireland was going through their famine, they still donated. Well, I think the natives donated money to help the Irish. Yeah. And then that's why there's that link between the two of them. You know, and people are basically saying actually no, it weren't no famine. Like you were saying, it was you know, it was these Brits that were basically almost, what's the word when you don't let besieging Ireland, not letting the basically taking all of their goods. Yeah.
An embargo.
Yeah, embargo. Embargo thing. Embargo. So when you come with an alternative philosophy, you gotta sell it, haven't you? Embargo. Right, you know what I'm saying? So embargo. That's a false spirit. That's a false spirit, man. Doctrines of devils. That's a doctrine. You know, the Satan came and embargo. Nah, man. The mark of the beast is the RFID chip, hands down. All you cats out there talking, running your mouths, yeah? The mark of the beast is the RFID chip. We said it right here, right now. Get to recognizing it, man. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't gonna change it.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna change it.
Yeah.
No doubt you guys are gonna be tap dancing in features.
Yeah. Real shit. Real talk.
Nah, that was pretty much, yeah.
I was just gonna say about the chariots being gold and silver. It was mentioned by that showed you how precious the thing gold is, gold and silver. Because even they talk about silver isn't it's like it's whatever. But I see Joe Rogan recently was talking about in each Tesla they've got a couple ounces of silver in them. So and even before that, people with mobile phones, different forms of technology, they said there's gonna be adjustable with silver whereby it'll go to where it's meant to be, basically.
So because Apostle Tar, I remember he did a video a few years back, and it was basically talking about what's referred to as the gold-silver ratio of basically how many ounces of silver buys you 1 ounce of gold. And back in the day, when you look at it historically, it used to be quite close. Whereas like now, you need like 70 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. So as you're saying, if that corrects back to, let's say, like 15 or 13, that's, you know, that pushes the price up of things quite a bit.
I think for gold as well, I think it's just using semiconductors.
Yes.
Which is just like, that's made it balloon. Because everything around semiconductors is inflated anyway. Because of just how it's used.
But that shows you it's a spiritual, like for it to semiconductor. You know what I mean? And we're talking about the chariots that move in some crazy ways.
It moves on frequencies.
That's it. It's the heavenly Father's fine-tuned movements.
You said frequencies, the best like audio equipment will have like silver and like the high-end gold. That's wow.
And think about it. In the heavens, in the alternate dimension, the heavenly Father's there wearing a crown of gold. You got the 24 elders casting their sitting on thrones, casting their crowns of gold, man. So a lot of people don't really understand that metal is a very high vibration, man.
Because I'm gonna say this as well, man. Because there's rare materials in the earth, rare metals and stuff like that. But there's always been an emphasis on gold and silver. There's always been emphasis on that. It's deemed in higher regards as valuable materials, very valuable metals, man. You know.
Yeah, they showed in that movie the big BFG, Big Friendly Giant. Showed that as well. When he went up in the spirit realm, they had all the gold on him, big giants and shit. They're showing the movies lightning. The Apostle Tar was saying gold comes from lightning. You can see that. It's an element. So it hits them, you know, wherever it hits, then they dig that shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of, like these elements are spiritual, man. That's why people be getting gemstones now and stuff. But matter of fact, the gemstones were on the priest's ephod. Different, you know, amethyst. And them things were precious back then. Now it's like, oh, they ain't that. But they you know, they use that stuff.
And he had the urim and the thummim underneath it in the pouch. So that says a whole lot, man. And that's where the visions will come. So, you know what I mean? That's, them stones they're not light work, man.
They ain't like very right.
People were saying they were talking about finding ways to like grow asteroids just to try and get more of these precious metals, all kinds of stones and whatnot. They were saying like even if they were able to get a medium-sized, like maybe even like a car or something sized asteroid, the amount of resources on it would be like it would affect the prices of like global prices. So that's like just how precious these resources are.
That's amazing. And you know, the scripture says they've reaped gold and treasure for them in the last days. But these elites actually have gold and silver. That's what they. That's what dollars. There's a picture of Evelyn now. They're supposed to be dead. We don't know if these elites are dead or they really. I don't believe they're dead, but they might. You know, they might be in the bunker somewhere because they got old and doing all kind of shit now. We don't know.
It's like in the story, you know, the story with the dragon, you know, is always on a pile of treasure. But he saw the dragon, the dragon, and he's always holding the gold and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he's been gathering all these treasures for the last days, man, just to give it up at the end.
Yeah, we go. Yeah, to give it up to us. That's right. The scripture tells you that we gonna get that gold, man. All you elites, NATO, WEF, whoever you are, right? Organizations, right? You watching us and stuff like that. You know, we're Illuminati, we're the real Illuminati, man. On the right hand side, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get all that gold, all that silver. Yeah, we're gonna get all of that. Yeah, go on, man.
Job 20 and 15. He have swallowed down riches
and he shall vomit them up again.
This is what they ain't not. There's no stopping this. Like the fires that happen in LA, man. More's gonna happen, man. Net zero, all this stuff. It's all's coming down. It's gonna be like that movie The Priest. It's gonna be like the movie Judge Dredd. It's gonna be like the movie Total Recall out here. Things are gonna start. Things are happening. 225. Things are happening right in front of your face, man. Trump and all this. Come on, man.
Monday, yeah, Monday.
Right. So we're gonna see. But things have been popping up, man. Let's go.
How about Shimmy Shine shall cast them out of his belly?
Yeah, man, they're gonna get cast out. They're getting cast out, so
Vomiting is like an involuntary thing, man. You can vomit, it just comes out. Like, you don't want to. You don't want to vomit, but like, you got to, man.
that's why the elites are setting up agents. They're trying to get everyone chipped. They want control, but we are gonna we're gonna rule, man. And we close it out anyway. One more scripture we close it out.
Yeah, this is Psalms 149, verse 7. Well, 6. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all these saints. Praise Yahweh Shmi Shai.
Yeah, man. So judgment is coming, bro. Judgment from the Most High Yahweh Shai is coming. He's gonna come in a chariot bigger than the planet, and every eye is gonna stop at that. That's the end game. Yahweh Shai. This is all about the Lord, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. It's not really about us. We're gonna get blessed through the Lord. He's gonna, because we've got faith in Him. We give up our lives through Him. He's gonna bless us. This ain't about us. This is about the Yahweh Yahweh Shai, and we're gonna be blessed through Him. So He's coming. He's gonna stop this shit, and all y'all are gonna be scared at the present. You're gonna have to bow down. Every knee shall bow, or every tongue shall confess, man. So that's what we're saying.
Well, we're not getting around it then.
Right.
No
Debating and all that. Right.
Yeah,
No excuse, yeah. Oh yeah, I don't believe Big Bang Theory. All this bullshit. Yeah, that Big Bang's in America with the nukes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we out, man. All right. So shalom.
Shalom.